It is a special day at WISD at the Aquatic Center where it is a dual meet between Weslaco High and Weslaco East. It's also Parents' Day, so a very special opportunity. Hello everybody, Carlos Sorbetto along with John Boswell here live on Facebook, K-West, where yes, we're going to get a chance to see some of the top swimmers at WISD. We're talking about Daryl Wells from Weslaco High School and also Brock Bloomquist from Weslaco High School. We've seen them around here, they're ready to go.
They're ready to go. You know, they had great success so far in their careers and they're going to try to continue it this season.
And on the girls' side, Morgan Parker, she's going to be, she's already broken some records this year and she's going to try to break another one today, so we'll see what happens. On the east side, we've got John Miller and Jose Ochoa. Those are two swimmers as well, up-and-coming swimmers. They're underclassmen, so look for them to be around for a while.
Yeah, you know, you're going to come in here, you're going to compete, have a good time, and honor your parents.
Yeah, this is the first time that we have brought to you a live broadcast of swimming, so we're excited about this opportunity to see all the great swimmers from Weslaco High School and from Weslaco East on the boys' side and the girls' side. The superintendent is here, also the athletic director is here as well, Oscar Rioja, so it's a big event here at WISD.
Yeah, it's good to see people out. You know, all three of my children swam. Special place in my heart, great building, great venue, and a great time.
All right, so let's go ahead and send it over to Alexandra Trevino. She will be doing the PA announcing for Parents' Day. Alexandra, let's send it over to you.
Our first senior, Gabriela Nájera. She is the daughter of Rolando Nájera and Julia Nájera. She has been a swimmer since the age of 5 and has been a competitive swimmer since the age of 11 years old. She has been a 2-time MVP. Gabriela is a member of the National Honor Society. She's also a member of DECA FFA and has been a part of the Weslaco East softball team as well as the East track and field team. Gabriela will be attending Texas A&M University in Kingsville and will major in biomedical science or in criminal science. She would like to become an endocrinologist or a veterinarian. Gabriela would like to create a practice here within the Valley or her community. Elaine Castillo. She's escorted by her parents, Catherine and Eduardo Castillo. She is a 4-year member of the Weslaco High School varsity swim team. She was a member of the 2015 district championship team. She's been a 2-time regional finalist, and she has been in competitive swimming for 5 years. Elaine is also a member of the Anime Club and the Voss Club. Her future plans include to attend the University of Texas in San Antonio, where she plans to major in kinesiology. Josue Chavez is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Jesus Chavez. He has been a member of the Weslaco East swim team for 4 years and was a swimmer for B. Garza Middle School for 2 years. He was awarded the most improved swimmer of Weslaco East High School his freshman year. Josue is a member of the National Honor Society and is a member of RACA, the Christian Church Youth Group. He has also been a member of the Boys and Girls Club for 3 years. Josue plans to attend South Texas Community College and will be majoring in digital animation and game design. I apologize. He is a member of the Boy Scouts. Morgan Parker. Morgan Parker is escorted by her parents, Stephen and Lisa Parker. She is a 4-year member of the varsity swim team at Weslaco High School. Her accomplishments include being a 2-time MVP in 2016 and in 2017. She is a member of the record-holding 200 medley relay team. She is also the current record holder for the 100 girls backstroke. She is the district champ in backstroke for 2015 and 2016. She has been a 3-time regional finalist. She was a member of the 2015 district championship team, and she is this year's Weslaco High School varsity team captain. Morgan is also the president of the Borderline 4-H Club. She is an active participant in FFA, National Honor Society, the Children's Church Director at First Baptist, and Director of the First Baptist Church Youth Group. Her future plans include to major in business at Texas A&M in Corpus Christi and then attend law school. Pascual Barrientos. Pascual is the son of Emma Barrientos and Juan Torres. He is a 6-year veteran swimmer for Weslaco East High School. He has an overall of 34 first place medals, 30 second place awards, and 20 third place medals. He is a 3-year regional finalist and has been a 2-time MVP. Pascual has also been a part of the Weslaco East Wildcat Regiment for 4 years. His plans are to attend the University of Sam Houston and study criminal justice, and wants to serve the community by being a member of the Border Patrol. Ismael Rebolloso. He is escorted by his parents, Gilbert and Elizabeth Rebolloso. Ismael is a 4-year member of the Weslaco High School varsity swim team. He is a 3-time regional qualifier. He is also a member of the football team, student council, DECA, and the National Honor Society. Ismael's future plans include attending Texas A&M Kingsville, where he plans to study physical therapy. Marie Perez. Marie Perez is the daughter of Jesse and Maribel Perez. She is escorted this morning by her coach, Coach Ramirez. Marie is a 6-year swimmer and a 4-year letterman as a Weslaco East varsity swimmer. She has been nominated as the most improved swimmer her freshman year and has been a 1-year regional qualifier. Marie is involved in VOS and is a member of the GSA Club. Marie is planning to attend South Texas College in the fall and will be completing her studies at Texas A&M College Station, where she plans to study veterinary medicine. Congratulations to all our seniors and their parents.
All right, so there we go, the presentation of the parents, and those are just the seniors. There was 8 seniors, so as you can see, and that's from both schools. You know, we've still got a lot of swimming left for these kids because only 8 seniors are going to be leaving. That's from both schools. I think there's only 2 from Weslaco High and 6 from Weslaco East.
And I was impressed how many of them were 6-year swimmers, which means they swam 7th grade, 8th grade, and then all the way through high school. So what a commitment by those kids, and it's great to honor them and their parents.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in some of the players. Brock Bloomquist is here, and remember, here's just a junior. Brock, you go right between us right here. Go ahead and turn around and say hello, everybody who's watching out there on Facebook.
Hey, guys.
And Brock, just tell us a little bit, how excited are you about this particular year? I know last year you had a good year. Tell us a little bit, is your sophomore year, were you a district champion in the 100 IM?
In the 200 IM. Yeah, this year's it's been going pretty good. Kind of slow, but you know I still have confidence in what's to come for district and regional.
Okay, Coach.
What kind of commitment does it take to be good in the IM?
A lot of commitment, a lot of training. You know, you have to invest a lot into this sport.
Yeah, most people can't perfect 4 techniques, and IM you've got to be good at all 4.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you do during the summer? I know that last year you're the district champion. This year, of course, you want to get back to regionals and possibly state if possible. Tell me a little bit about the summer workouts that you have here, because I know you're part of the AAU program.
Okay, so with the AAU program, there's also USA, and within that, during the summer, there's long course, which is a 50-meter pool. So we work out with the Olympic-sized pool usually, and we do around the same yardage, but it's more meters because it's 50 meters, and it's pretty rough, you know, 2 days every day, and it gets tiring after a while.
All right. Okay, we'll go ahead and let you go, Brock, because you got to get out there and you got to warm up for the big meet that's going on. So congratulations on your year so far, and good luck today. All right, let's bring on another swimmer, and we have Daryl Wells who's over here. And Daryl, he's the only swimmer from last year who actually made it to state. And what was that experience like? You were a district champion, then you go to regionals and you qualify for state, finishing in second place.
It was I didn't think I was gonna qualify for state. Like I've dreamed of it, but it was like unexpected, you know.
And you did it just in your sophomore year, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Coach?
So the next step from state is now to go place at state. What's your next goal?
Well, last year at state, I had just qualified in one event, the 200 free, and I came up a little short in the fly. So hopefully this year, I'll qualify in 2 events this year instead of 1.
What are the events? I know you're in the relays. What are your individual events?
The 200 free and the 100 fly.
All right.
But I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna swim at regionals.
So you can swim pretty much any event?
Yeah. Yes.
Backstroke, breaststroke, anything?
Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds like you're a very talented individual. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll be talking to your dad here in a little bit. But first, we're going to talk to more of the athletes. Go ahead. We'll let you go warm up. We can exit out that way.
Thank you.
Let's bring in John Miller. John Miller from Weslaco ISD. Come on in. We got this young man right here who's also one of the top swimmers from Weslaco ISD. And John, tell us a little bit, first of all, what are your events? What are you swimming?
I'm swimming the free. Oh, you want me to hold that?
I got it.
I'm swimming the 50 freestyle, the 100 freestyle, and also both of the relays. The one 200 and the other one 200 freestyle. Any other questions?
Yes, we got a couple more questions. Go ahead, Coach Boswell.
Freestyle. So do you swim any other strokes other than the freestyle?
Well, we have a lot of swimmers capable of swimming other strokes. We try to maximize our numbers here. So I swim my proficiency. I could swim other strokes, but I don't want to take up all the other ones.
Right. And you're more efficient in the freestyle, so that's where they put you.
Oh, well, a bunch of people do freestyle, and they're all good at it. I just have
Right.
to be better than the rest of them, which I am.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about your pregame warm-up. You know, right after your interview, I know y'all don't get interviewed every single time, but what are you going to do after this? What's your pregame warm-up like?
I guess I usually just stretch it out and then get myself pumped up.
Listen to some music?
No,
No, you're not one of the music guys?
we don't really have that much Wi-Fi here.
Yeah.
It's blocked.
Something we'll work on. All right, thank you very much. John Miller, good luck here. Let's bring another Jose Ochoa also. Come on up. How you doing, Jose? You doing all right? Tell everybody what events you're competing in here today.
The 200 IM and the 100 breaststroke.
All right.
Yes.
And what is your goal here for today? Try to break some records?
Yeah, I try to break some records. Hopefully, I'm a second off on the 200 IM, so we'll see in that, and then like a few seconds off the breaststroke. So we're close.
Okay.
So you say you're close in the IM. Where do you need to improve? Which stroke needs the most improvement?
I think it's more like my stamina, because at the end I'm always dying off on my freestyle, so I need to like pick up my endurance and stuff. So that's pretty much it. I'm like, that's all I need. Yeah.
So the strokes are fine. It's just got to work on the conditioning.
Just maybe a little more technique work, and that's it. So we'll get to it.
Are you involved in any other sports or any other activities at WIC?
I'm in band, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been banding for 3 years already. It's fun.
All right, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let you go, Jose. They're already warming up behind us. One more, we got Morgan Parker. She's representing the girls here today from Weslaco High School. Come on in, Morgan. The only senior of this group right here, and I know last year you went to your regional qualifier. What are your goals for this year?
Well, my goals are for this year just to swim my best times and make my last year the best year that I have.
You already broke a record, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're going to get your name up there on the big board?
I hope so.
All right, Coach.
So your specialty is which event?
Backstroke.
Oh, long arms makes a lot of sense. I know a little bit. The long arms and the backstroke really pay off.
Yes, sir.
Now, Morgan, you're a senior. You've been involved in so many different activities at Weslaco High School. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, at Weslaco High, I'm a member of NHS, but the main thing that I do other than swimming is I'm the president of my 4-H club, and we just try to do as much community service as possible.
So are you going to be showing an animal at the livestock show?
Yes, sir. I'm going to show a pen of rabbits.
Ooh, well, good luck with that. All right. What do you want to accomplish here just this morning?
Just swim my best times, make my last meet, my best meet, and maybe break some records.
All right. Well, good luck. We'll let you go. We'll let you warm up. All right. Thank you very much, Morgan. Yes.
Thank you, Morgan.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so there you go. Get an opportunity here to meet some of the athletes that are going to be swimming here today. Talk a little bit about on the personal side, because you were a swim dad at one point.
Well, it's such commitment, Carlos. You're talking 6 o'clock workouts. You heard Derek talk about year-round two-a-days.
Yeah.
You know, as a football coach, I understood two-a-days. But they do it year-round. They don't really have an in-season and an off-season. It's pretty much always season. You've got the summer leagues. You've got winter swimming. You've got your UIL events. They're swimming all the time if they're going to be great at it.
Now, if you remember, Weslaco, the school swimming pool for Weslaco High School used to be outdoors. Well, they built this facility about 10 years ago. So this is about a 10-year-old building. And since that time, it has been just been used throughout the community. It's not only used for athletic competition, but also used over the summers. They have the Learn to Swim program. And now they're even offering the Learn to Swim program here at Weslaco ISD for all second graders. There's also aerobics, water aerobics, of course. And also, they also have classes that are in here. So during the summer, if you want to come in and just do some laps as well. So this facility has just done incredible things for the city of Weslaco and the residents.
Oh, yeah, outstanding. All of our children probably took their swimming lessons in this building. I myself have taken part in the activities here. And, you know, a little shout out to Tom Brandon, but what a great facility here.
Yeah. Coach Brandon, who was the longtime coach here at Weslaco High School, been around for a long time. And with us now is Dr. Priscilla Canales, who is here, our superintendent of schools. How do you feel about this event, to see both schools in one competition?
I love it. Anytime we bring our kids together from both high schools, we're one district and solidly supporting all kids. It's a great feeling.
Tell us a little bit. One of the new things this year. Let me get the mic. One of the new things this year is that you have the Learn to Swim program for all second graders. What an amazing experience it has to be for those kids.
It is an amazing experience. I mentor a second grader in our school district, and yesterday when I was sitting with her, she was talking about how wonderful it is and how she's learned how to swim, she's learned how to float, and she wants to swim more and be more. And it's always exciting when you're giving kids strong educational opportunities, strong, academics. You open them up to the arts and the experiences, and then athletics and swimming and life skills. It feels great as a superintendent and a member of this great team.
Why is it so important? I know that you want to get these kids out here for athletic purposes, swimming, exercise, but like you said, it's a life skill. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it is a life skill. At any time, we can be surrounded, in a water situation where we need to learn the basics. We need to know the basics, that we can be safe and be healthy, like you said, and just offer the complete experience. We care about our kids, and we want them to have the best. And it's not just about academics. It's about all the enrichments that we offer, because we want them to leave us when they graduate feeling confident, feeling strong, and knowing that the future is theirs.
Coach, I have a couple questions.
Well, it's just a great opportunity, one, to talk to you, but swimming provides a level of confidence, of accomplishment, and of course safety. How many times have we read about someone drowning? And to make sure that the WISD kids have worked towards not having that tragedy says a lot about the district to me.
Well, thank you. It does say a lot about the team that we have, the commitment of our employees, of our parents, of the entire community to giving the kids the best.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Canales. We'll let you go. Enjoy the swim meet. Should be fun.
Thank
I know
you.
you're rooting for both schools here today.
Of course. Weslaco ISD.
Absolutely, the right choice. All right, thank you very much. We also have Doug Wells, who is here. We're going to talk to a few more people. And Mr. Wells is the father of Daryl Wells. And we talk about commitment. He's the one that had to bring him over to all the AAU practices during the summer. And also Cindy Wells is going to come out on camera to talk a little bit about their son. And this is Mrs. Wells, Cindy, Doug Wells. Let's go ahead. Let's go. Let's fit in here on the camera here a little bit. And tell me, first of all, a little bit how proud of you are of your son.
Extremely proud. He works very hard. Totally commits himself every day. If he doesn't, work out here at school, he works out at home. He tries to do CrossFit. He's always conditioning himself and just motivating himself and mentally, and always ready to swim that next race.
Right, and I know that, in bringing my kids to the Learn to Swim program when they were younger, he was always on this other side doing laps in the USA Swim program, which you have right here, or the AAU. Talk a little bit about that, Doug.
Well, USA is a national organization. It's year-round swimming. It keeps the kids in the water year-round. It's just like any sport. You don't want to have to stop and start over again the next year. You want to just continue where you left off and improve yourself. So USA Swimming is very competitive. It's some people say it's more competitive than your high school division.
Sure.
You got kids from all over the country that are competing, and they have swim meets that you can you have to qualify to go up to the higher divisions.
Absolutely.
They start with B's and go all the way up to 4A competitiveness.
Right.
And
Well, I understand you were a swimmer, so you think your influence got him interested in swimming?
oh yes, sir, definitely.
At a very young age. You know, we've got two kids, and from very young, he had him in the water. Definitely. He was a swimmer in the family, so he started the kids early on, 3 months putting them in the water. So early on, you know, total motivator over here. And of course I was too, so I really wanted them to learn how to swim. Very important.
Well, anytime your children are investing their time in something, it becomes important. It teaches work habits. It helps with their success academically. A lot comes from being motivated and dedicated.
Oh, all right, we're here. Go ahead and stay with here for a little bit. Just want to reset a little bit. We are here at the Aquatic Center, the Natatorium, the official name of the WISD Natatorium, where a dual meet is going to be taking place. The 2018 dual meet between Weslaco High School and Weslaco East. Going to get started right about in about 20 minutes or so. We just had parents' night, and right now we're talking to the parents of Doug Wells, who is a state qualifier from a year ago. Daryl Wells. Doug already competed.
Long ago.
You know, one of the things that we've learned from watching Michael Phelps is his diet, that he eats 5,000 calories a day or 5,000 calorie meals. Does Daryl eat a lot? I mean, kids eat a lot anyway, teenagers. But he's a swimmer. They're burning calories right now.
Yeah, and we've noticed throughout the years, he doesn't eat a lot of sweets. He doesn't drink sodas. He's very cautious now of what he eats, his diet, as far, you know, he wants to eat vegetables every day, you know, protein. Drinks water. He does not drink sodas at all. So that is extremely important to him to make sure his body's kept fit.
Absolutely. So kids, if you're watching right now, hear what she just said? No candy, no sugar, those Powerade, you know, people talk about the Powerade, it's all sugar, you know. So, Doug, talk to me a little. I know you went to Weslaco High School, so you had some success. Did you ever have your name up on that board up there in the record books?
We really never had a record board in those days. No, I was I started swimming competitively at 6 years old. Back then there was no USA; it was all AAU.
Right.
And you would so we were year-round swimmers also, just like Daryl is.
All right.
So yeah, I went to the state level and competed in college for West Texas State University.
All right, very good.
He was a butterflyer. He was a flyer.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about the next step for Doug. I'm sorry, for Daryl. The next step for Daryl, as far as I know, he still has his whole senior year to go. But is he already looking at trying to swim at the college level?
Yeah, we've entered him in. You have to sign him up for college before the coaches can actually talk to him nowadays. Gotcha. Your D3 schools, they can talk to them at any time because they don't give them scholarships. But your D1 and D2, for those coaches to be able to communicate with the swimmers or with any athlete, they have to sign up.
The
Clearinghouse, USA or National Clearinghouse. And so we've signed Daryl up so he can start looking at where he'd like to.
He would really like to swim in college. Now, where that he still hasn't decided, but that's still open. You know where he wants to go. So.
Outstanding. The progression from high school to college is big in any sport, any academic. It's going to come down to who recruits him, where he feels comfortable, and who needs him the most. But he's got a lot of choices, I think, in his future.
Yeah, that's what I found. They'll look at certain swimmers for just one event. If he's a butterflyer, a breaststroker, a freestyler, whatever they need for their relays to improve their team, they'll recruit those kids for that.
Absolutely. All right, thank you very much, Cindy Wells. Appreciate it. Doug Wells, the parents of Daryl Wells. All right, thank you very much. Are y'all excited about today? Y'all excited?
Yes, very excited.
All right,
Very excited. This actually is the first year that they've done a parents night or parents, and I think hopefully that's a good tradition that's going to carry on years and years. So very nice presentation this morning.
Thank you very much to the Wells. We'll let you guys go and get ready for the big swim meet that's going to be taking place. And we're going to try to bring on another athletic director, the athletic director, Oscar Riojas, to talk a little. We still got about 15 minutes before the first swim match will take place. The first race will take place. And so let's bring on Coach Riojas, athletic director at WISD, to talk a little bit about today's event. You got to be excited about what you see here today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, this is a beautiful morning and it's a beautiful day for Weslaco ISD athletics. And today we showcase Weslaco ISD athletics in our natatorium. So these kids, they work hard. They love this program. They love our facility, and we're just excited about today.
I know one of the new programs that started this year at WISD was the second grade Learn to Swim program, the Aquatics Academy. Where did that all get started from?
Well, that was just a thought that you know, we've always had that desire that when we opened this facility, we wanted to use the facility year round, and it was a work in progress, and finally we got it to come to fruition this year when we hired two full-time aquatics directors in the natatorium. We've got some lifeguards in here that are college students that are ex-swimmers of Weslaco ISD, which makes it even more rewarding. That these kids are getting rewarded. They were part of the program. Now we're kind of paying them back, and it's helping everybody together. And then we figured out, okay, what is the grade where we feel these kids are the most like sponges? You know, they can really hone in on what we're trying to teach. Number one, number two, but they're still they're young, but still old enough already to start. They have to be able to change and go through all that process. So second grade was the best fit. Also, our Alex Trevino working the summer recreation program, working with kids year round. She figured out that was a very good age, and so it has been so well received. We're so excited. It's real neat to see a little boy, a little girl be so hesitant to jump in the water.
At the beginning.
At the beginning, and then after the second week, you come back, you see that same little boy, that same little girl swimming across the pool. Almost, some of them unattended, totally on their own, and you see that their face lights up. It's just very rewarding. It's been a very rewarding program.
And this goes along with some of the improvements that are made in the athletic department. You have the second grade Learn to Swim program. Middle school softball and baseball is also taking off here. Not only here at Weslaco, but in the entire Mid-Valley, all the ISDs.
Yes, again, the programs have been very, very well received. We just completed our baseball program. We're now in the middle school softball program. The attendance, you go to a softball field, the fans it's just amazing to see the amount of support that we receive for those programs. But also, it's really neat to see the kids because, again, you see kids that haven't been playing a whole lot of, competitive softball because of X reasons, and then they join our programs, and within a couple of weeks, you can see the drastic change in their skill level. They can feel the ball, they can play catch, Right. And then you've got your more advanced ones that do it, that they play a lot, and man, it just helps them go to another level. And it's just programs that we want to bring to Weslaco ISD to continue to encourage Weslaco ISD to be the right choice, to kids to come to our programs and be a part of Weslaco ISD.
You know this guy right here?
Who wouldn't know this guy right here? This is Coach Boswell, man. Put in a lot of time, a lot of years with Weslaco ISD. Very, very well respected. A lot of kids love him. Staff learned a lot from him. I got to work with him many years. He's just a good man.
He's got a question for you.
Sure.
Well, I know a lot of places in the state are not yet playing baseball and softball in the junior highs. I think that's outstanding that WISD has taken that step to give our athletes a chance to maybe catch up to some of the areas where they play year-round on the club level.
Right, correct, yeah. And that's one of the reasons that one of the thought processes was that We want to get caught up. We want to get our of course, obviously, our varsity programs to get to that next level. I firmly believe, and I talk to our coaches a lot, that it's been a long time that the Rio Grande Valley has won a state championship in baseball, softball. You know, we've won as a valley. We've won in soccer. We've been up there in basketball. We've been, up there in other programs. Of course, we've got individual state champions. We've got powerlifting state champions. But I really believe that one day, maybe not during my lifetime, but I know it's going to happen, we are going to bring home a state championship to Weslaco ISD.
Oh, yeah.
And this is part of the process. Is we've got to start laying the foundation and the brickwork to get to where we need to be.
Well, softball's knocked on the door the last couple of
Right,
years.
right.
And if you really look at that program at Weslaco High School, those kids started playing very young.
Right.
It took some parents to get
Right.
involved and get those kids playing. Now they have the opportunity to do it at school.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing. One of the things that our coaches tell us is, Coach, man, it's really awesome because we have some girls in our program that have never played. They love the game. They see the game, but they don't play because of X reasons, whatever the reason is. And now we're offering it here, and the girls just love it. They love it. They're here every day. They practice every day, and they show improvement every day.
All right, Coach, go ahead and let you go. Thank you very much. Facility looking good here today, and I know that you're pulling for both teams here. Always, Weslaco ISD is going to win here today.
Thanks, Big O.
All right, we got about 10 more minutes before we get started, and we'll be transitioning to our little area over there. We'll put on the headphones and be able to talk a little bit more about this swim meet. So right now, you can see right behind us, the student athletes are just warming up and getting ready. This is going to be a friendly meet, I guess you can say, because it's between the two schools. They practice together, they see each other, they compete against each other. They might even compete on the same team during the summer.
Yes.
And then next week will be district competition. So this is a warm-up for that district competition will be taking place next week in Brownsville.
Yeah, this is good. This is fun. Everybody's going to get a chance to get out there, get their place in the sun. K-West is here. It's a big day for WISD swimming.
Yeah, and if you make the varsity team, you'll be seeing freshmen, you'll be seeing sophomore, the upper class as well, juniors and seniors coming out here competing. I think it's really an opportunity for us to see also, like we said, Daryl Wells out there, Morgan Parker, Brock Bloomquist. We talked about Ochoa and Miller as well.
Right.
So now it's their turn. We had a lot of coverage. We have a lot of coverage
Right.
for football. We have a lot of coverage for basketball and softball and baseball. But now, hey, let's look at some of the other sports that are out there as well. And this is one of them to showcase the athletes and what they're doing. Remember, Daryl Wells.
Yeah,
He went to
qualifier.
state last year. That's very difficult to do.
It's very difficult to do. In the state of Texas, there are areas where swimming is the thing, and kids almost swim full-time. And for Daryl to come out of this region and go on to state, that's impressive.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and keep it right here as we transition. I'm just going to tell my director, Don Ramirez, like to thank him for doing a great job just to transition to another shot as we move over to our location, as we get ready for this meet here that's going to be taking place. And we'll move to another location of the Aquatic Center. And you can see already on the other side, the athletes are getting ready in their lanes. We need to get a heat sheet, which should be given to us here pretty soon. So, Coach Boswell, I'll go ahead and let you talk a little bit more about what's going on as I go get some more information for it.
Well, today you will see relays, you'll see individual events, you'll see boys events and girls events. Based on distances anywhere from 50 meters, I think 200 or 300 meters is the longest thing you'll see. 400 meters is the longest thing you'll see. You'll hear terms like individual medley or medley relay. And what we're talking about is the basic swimming strokes. The freestyle, the Australian crawl, the swim stroke that most of us know is the freestyle. Then there's the backstroke. Then there is the breaststroke, and then the violent stroke, the butterfly, or many times you heard Daryl Wells and his dad talk about swimming the fly. They're talking about the butterfly. That's where the full torso comes out of the water, and very, very aggressive stroke. You will see all of those. Now, most of the races will start off of the starting platforms, except for the backstrokes. The backstrokes will start inside the pool. So we'll keep up on all those things.
Let's go over the the race. People aren't as familiar with swimming as they are with maybe track and field or some of the other sports, and they'll start off with the 200. We'll start off with the girls, and we'll go to boys. It'll be girls, the 200-yard medley. Can you talk a little bit about what the medley race is, Coach?
Well, the medley, again, as I spoke about, is all four basic swim strokes. There's the freestyle, the Australian crawl. The stroke that most of us understand is the freestyle. Then you have the backstroke, the breaststroke, and the butterfly. So one swimmer will swim each one of those disciplines in a relay. In the individual medley, one athlete is swimming each one of those. So that's the well-rounded guy.
Yeah, you talk about trying to be well-rounded.
Right.
Being able to compete with those different strokes that like you're talking about, and almost being like a triathlete out there.
Sure, you're able. It's like the pitcher that can hit. You know, I mean, you're able to do all the things involved. It's hard to be good because those are four very different disciplines, stroke-wise.
We'll talk about the different records that we have here at Weslaco East and at Weslaco High School. I have updated ones. If you come to the natatorium, you take a look at the record board that is on the wall right now. It is not updated. I do have the latest ones, and Coach, I'll share that with you here in a little bit so we can talk about some of the records. And some of these records have already been broken this year. And what Coach Trevino does is at the end of the year, she will go up there and replace those records. So those records that are up there, some of them have already been broken in the 2017-2018 school year. So for the first one, the 200 medley, are we starting off with the relay, or are we just starting off with the medley? No, it is going to be a relay. So for the relay, the record right now is held, which is by the team from Weslaco, the 2017 swim team. They already broke that record, and it's a record of 2 minutes, 14 seconds, 14.46 seconds. So 2 minutes and 14 seconds is the record. And that's by Parker, Cano, and Horta and Torres. Those are the four that broke the record here during 2017. But competing in this 200-yard medley will not be that entire team. It'll be Morgan Parker, Cáceres, and I don't have the full team right here, it looks like.
Charlie Cruz and Brittany Solis.
Oh, there you go. All right, so that's the four right there for Weslaco. All right, so still got about a couple of minutes here before we get started. Pretty much a long warm up here for these kids. Some of them are coming out, you know, they really get warmed up here.
Well, you know, in the water, you know, when you and I played football, for instance, you wanted to warm up until you broke a good sweat. Well, you need all the body parts warmed up, the shoulders, the hips, the knees, the ankles. You need all of that warmed up before you're going to swim. You know, the most flexible, strong people, all you have to do is watch the Olympics and look at the bodies of the swimmers. Very strong, very flexible, not overly muscular. Michael Phelps can grab his backbone reaching around him. Long arms, long-legged, big feet, big hands pay off. But there's a certain body type that you see in certain events. The longer ones are usually backstrokers.
And it looks like, I'm going over the heat sheet here, and it looks like only Weslaco High School will be competing in that medley.
Yeah,
I don't see a team for Weslaco East.
Yeah, I only see one team listed. So Weslaco will be swimming against the record. In the boys level, I see Nathan Parker, Darrell Wells, Brock Bloomquist, and Ismael Reboloso. And so they'll be swimming at their record also.
All right, so we'll have the 200-yard medley relay. Then after that, we'll go to the 200-yard freestyle and in the girls, and then we'll have the 200-yard freestyle in the boys.
And, you know, you're going to see Morgan Parker swim this relay and turn right around and swim the 200-meter freestyle. You know, you talk about conditioning. She's going to swim two of the first three races she's involved in.
All right, I think they're going to get started here with the national anthem to get things underway. So we'll have that, and then we'll get straight to the 200-yard medley. All right, so we are ready to go here. It's 10 o'clock, 10:02 actually, live on Facebook. Carlos Roberto along with John Boswell. If you're just joining us here, this is the dual meet, the 2018 version, Weslaco High School versus Weslaco East at the WISD Natatorium. We're going to start off with the 200-meter relay. And it'll be the Weslaco boys and the Weslaco girls. I just talked to Coach Trevino. They're both going to be competing at the same time. And like you said, they're racing against the clock.
They're racing against the clock. It also gives them someone to shoot for. You know, the girls have a chance of setting a record. If you have a team of boys next to you, sometimes a faster swimmer will pull you along. You know, almost like you see in some races in international track where they have what they call a rabbit out there. Who'll help you try to set a record.
Yeah, a lot of excitement here. It is Parents' Day at the Natatorium. So before this broadcast started, we had an opportunity to meet some of the students, some of the student athletes, and the parents as well, and all the hard work and dedication, because it takes a lot. Also, for like Coach Boswell was talking about during the pregame show, it takes a lot to come out here and to bring them to the practices, make sure they're here on time, provide any lessons that they need over the summer as well. So a shout out to all the parents, all the WISD parents as well.
Well, you can say that in every activity, whether it be band, whether it be a club. You know, if a kid is involved, they have ownership within their school building, and it's more important to them to be there every day. And it's more important to them to work hard in the classroom. Everything goes hand in hand, and it's good to see WISD getting behind all these activities.
Okay, we talked about the records that they will be competing against. We got a record of 2 minutes, 14 seconds, 46 for the girls. And on the boys' side, the record is 149.97. And that record held by Wells, Trevino, Blomquist, and Cerda. And those are 2017 records.
Well, I'm not sure the heat sheet says it's 146.97, so I don't know if it's a typo or they've already broken that record again. I'm sure they'll let us know if they re-break it. But once again, the girls...
3-second difference, that's huge in swimming.
Oh, that's huge. But you think about it, in 4 different swim events, it's about 3/4 of a second each race.
All right, so it'll be the girls team and the boys team from Weslaco High competing in the 200 medley. This is our live broadcast. I'd like to thank those here at KWES providing the coverage. We have Val Zamora, who is on the camera, floating camera here today. And then we also have Don Ramirez, who is switching. He's our director. And also Darlene Gracia, working the graphics. I'm Carlos Roberto, along with John Boswell.
That was kind of cool. They did their cheers kind of intermixed, some strong side with We Are Weslaco all mixed together. You know, they're swimming against each other, but they're all teammates.
Yeah, that was great sportsmanship to see one of the captains for one of the teams. I'm sure if it was Weslaco or Weslaco East, but you're right. Both high schools get together and chant before they get started here. So we're just about to get started for the 200 medley. After that, we will have the 200-yard freestyle, then the 200-yard IM, and the 50-yard freestyle, and those are going to be your first few events. Getting some instructions right now from, I believe that is the coach for Weslaco High School, Alexandra Trevino. And that is always something that takes place before any meet. You have to talk to the directors, make sure all the rules are followed.
Well, and she's done a great job. She's worked her way up through this program from the junior high to the high school. Once again, a shout out to Coach Tom Brandon, who ran the aquatics program at Weslaco ISD for probably 30-plus years, from the old pool to the new aquatic center, natatorium. Outstanding job, and I know he's missed, but he left a heck of a legacy.
Oh, yeah. He was here for a very long time and just recently retired. Wasn't like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. As far as the district championships are concerned, Weslaco High School won on the boys' side. It wasn't too long ago, just 2 years ago, 2016, they won a district championship. On the girls' side, the last time they won a district championship at Weslaco High School was 2015. So that was also a few years back, 3 years ago. And last year, the boys finished in second place. And the girls finished 5th place. last year for Weslaco High School. Weslaco East, it's been a while since they've won a district championship. It was back in the 4A area.
Yeah, I remember
when
those
Weslaco
days.
East won.
Some success in swimming at Wesco East back in the 4A days. But there has been success there. And they just got to keep the program going. And maybe this second grade swim program will help reignite the interest in swimming.
Yeah, absolutely. If people know the boxer Omar Figueroa and also Brandon Figueroa, those are two prominent swim program athletes. They're involved in swimming at Weslaco East. I know for a long time there were some records that were up there held by Omar Figueroa on the East scoreboard. I know he ran the 50 and the 100, but all his records, sorry Omar, all your records have been broken. Your name is not up there anymore.
Yeah, well, and there's been a lot of multi-sport athletes. Donald Moore swam at one point. He ended up playing college football and actually played some arena level football. My own son, quarterback at Wesco East, was a regional qualifier in swimming his senior year. So there's been a lot of people at both schools. Joel Rojo from Wesco High, great swim career, and many others.
A lot of athletes will take to swimming for the conditioning aspect of it.
Or rehab.
Rehabbing as well?
Yes, that's what took my son to it, was rehab.
All right, there you see the girls team right there getting in their little huddle before they get ready to go. And then also the boys side, they already did their huddle on the other side. And it looks like they're going to be using lanes 3 and 4, I believe. And we'll check that out. Just going to be the girls versus the boys, not really competing against one another. Like Coach Boswell said, racing against the clock in this particular competition.
Yes, but it's always nice to have someone next to you. You know, you go to a big meet, to the district meet or a regional qualifier type meet, there's going to be people in the lanes around you. So it really helps to have someone next to you.
Let's go over once again who's going to be racing for on the girls' side for Weslaco High. Morgan Parker, Olga Casares, Charlie Cruz, and Brittany Solis. On the boys' side, Nathan Parker, he's a freshman. Darrell Wells, a junior. Brock Bloomquist, also a junior. And Ismael Rebolloso, a senior on that team. The 200-yard medley about to begin here at the WISD Natatorium.
Carlos, each one of these swimmers in their discipline will swim 50 meters or 50 yards. 4 times 50, 200, that will be the race.
One time this way is
And
25, and another time back is will give you their 50. So they have to go up and back. I know you're used to watching, people probably at home used to watching the Olympic size pool. And this is 25 yards one way. All right, and it looks like Morgan Parker is going to start off first.
And I believe Nathan Parker will start off first because they will start off in the backstroke within the water. The other 3 will dive in on their exchanges.
So they start off with the backstroke so they can get started
inside the water, yes.
And get going as quickly as possible.
Now, I talked to Doug Wells a little bit off camera before this started, and I asked him, what are some of the changes? He was a swimmer, swam in college. He said the biggest change is the quality of the starting blocks. They used to start just from the edge of the pool. And he says there's even a better starting block that's got like a raised area in the back where you can really get a push off with your back leg. The other thing is now they allow them to dolphin kick and swim under the water
as long as
farther. And they used to try to almost hyperplane out there in the old days and stay on the top. So he said those were 2 things that were huge changes. And he said probably just the conditioning and overall emphasis of the students nowadays, of the athlete, is the biggest change. So I asked him, I said, so if you go back to Darrell's age, if we could move you back on the DeLorean, back to the future, who would win? He goes, oh, he'd kill me. So he does recognize his son is very talented.
All right, so here we go, getting started. The clock is rolling, but I don't think that's. I think that's
a test.
Yeah, this might be getting it ready here. This is our first race. This is our first broadcast of swimming, so bear with us as we get through this competition as well.
Well, right under those blocks, Carlos, there's what they call a touch pad. So when the athlete swims back and touches the wall, the clock will stop.
Right, both athletes now in the swimming pool.
And if I'm correct, that's Nathan Parker for the boys and Morgan Parker for the girls.
All right, and we are off in our first competition, the 200-yard medley relay. Weslaco is the only team competing in this one, and this dual meet between Weslaco High School and Weslaco East. And it starts off with Nathan Parker, the freshman, taking on his senior sister, Morgan Parker, who goes way low before she finally comes up.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we just talked about being different through the years, is the ability to do that. Now we'll come in, and the next stroke, I believe, is the breast. Let's see if I'm correct. Yes, that is the breaststroke. And I believe that's probably, I'm not
I think that's Brock.
It may be Brock. For the girls, it may be Olga Cáceres. I'm trying to look back there at the blocks. Yeah, that's got to be Brock in the water. Coming in next ought to be, well, no, that might be Daryl. No, that's Brock.
All right, so here we go in the butterfly.
That's Daryl.
As Weslaco boys racing against the clock. And, yeah, that is definitely Daryl Wells. You can tell by the physique. And look how underwater, how much he goes underwater before he gets up. He only has about 10 yards to go before he touches the other side.
Well, look at that torso just jump out of the water, Carlos. That's just really impressive. And here the last swimmer, I believe, is Rebeloso. That's, if I'm following the boys, then that is Olga Cáceres. Second leg was Charlie Cruz. And the boys will finish. Remember, they're swimming at a record of 149 or 146. I'm not sure which, but doesn't look like they're going to break either record, Carlos.
This is Rebeloso who touches, and that'll do it for the boys as they finish at 151.62. The girls still competing right here, and on the final leg, it is going to be Brittany Solis on the freestyle, the 50 freestyle for her, as she continues to race against the clock. They're at 2 minutes and 10 seconds now and going, and still going is Solis. And she's not going to break the record right here. She's going to finish at 2 minutes and 20 seconds, 2:22.
No, 2:19.63.
2:24. The clock is still going. It's going to be 2:19.63 for the girls. At 2:14 was the record. And so that'll do it for our first race, the 200 medley relay team for the boys and the girls from Weslaco High School.
Well, you know, those are good sound swims for both teams. Nobody really was pushed hard. The exchanges on the blocks were good and clean. You know, sometimes when you're trying to set a record, I've seen them jump too early, you know, all that kind of stuff. All that looked clean. All the stroke development looked clean. Very impressed by Daryl Wells. Outstanding leg with the butterfly.
He started off first with Nathan Parker. Then it was Brock Bloomquist. Second was Daryl Wells. Or third, I should say, was Daryl Wells doing the fly. And then in the freestyle, it was Ismael Rebolloso. They finished with a time, once again, did the boys 152.27. The record to break, according to the heat sheet, was 146.97. And for the girls, they finish at 2:19.63, I believe. And they had to, if they wanted to break their old record, which they own, I believe, or Weslaco High School owns. I know Morgan Parker's on that squad. 2:14.46.
Yeah. So you know, you're trying to get a good swim in, working in the district. You know, you don't want to go crazy. That might not be the same for kids that swim in the district meet. You know. That can be changed.
Coach's discretion.
Yeah,
change that around.
It may be looking at somebody in an open event today, and let's swim so and so on the relay and see how that goes. You know, you try to set your team as a track coach. Swimming and track philosophically are very similar. Try to get the right people in the right events at the right distances, and see how you can best utilize your personnel.
I know there is a 5-minute break in between. And Parker's going to need that. Morgan Parker's going to need it. She did run in the very first heat there, the backstroke, but she is still breathing hard there, talking to her parents, and before she goes out there once again, because she'll be swimming in the next event, which will be the 200-yard freestyle. And so Parker needs to rest up a little bit. And I'm checking to see Morgan Parker. She's the only one who swam in that first event who will be swimming in that second event. Then after that, we'll go to the boys' action, and it'll be the boys' 200-yard freestyle where Brock Bloomquist will be swimming. But he gets a little bit of a break because the girls will go first, and then it'll be the boys in the 200-yard freestyle.
And then you turn right around in event number 6, it looks like, and Daryl Wells will be swimming the 200-yard individual medley. So, you know, a bunch of the kids that just went in the relays are in the next 2 or 3 races. But you know what? In the big meet, that's going to happen. And when you're talented, that's going to happen.
All right, yeah, so we got Ismael Rebolloso here, who is on that medley team right now. What was the goal for this? Were y'all trying to break any records, or are you just trying to get the 2018 season going?
Right now, we're not. We're breaking the record right now. It's a little hard because there's not that much motivation, though it's in the team. But right now, we're just trying to get in a little workout and more of the workout day today. It was a good time, good opportunity for the boys and girls to show the girls that they might face a team maybe as fast as us, if not faster.
Yeah, what's the difference? I know you're racing against the girls, but what's the difference when you're facing, when all the lanes are all filled up and y'all are going full speed, you're racing against other schools? What's that like? Is that really going to get you guys motivated? Because I know district is already coming up next week.
Oh, yes, sir. It's a very big difference in my terms. The lot of the tension and the intensity and the rivalries they have across the valley, it's very hard. Those mechanic schools, man, those kids go to state almost every year. So swimming against them is a good opportunity to have some good competition and a good workout.
Now, talk to me a little bit about your individual, what you do here. We didn't get a chance to talk to you during the pregame show, but what is expected for you now? I know you did the freestyle. Will you also be doing the freestyle as well in the individual freestyle?
Yes, sir. My personal stroke is the freestyle right now. I came into this team a little later because of the football season, but I'm glad to be back, and my upcoming events will be the 100 free and the 50 free, and then I have another relay at the end.
Do you do any other strokes on the relay team, or could you do any of the other strokes?
I don't. I'm not. That's not my position. But if I was able to, if I was given the chance, I would do it more than help.
You help the team. What at all costs?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, Ismael. And it was also fun watching you during football season as well. Y'all did a great job, and good luck with the rest of your events.
Thank you.
All right, Ismael Rebolloso, another multi-sport star from Weslaco, who is just had an opportunity to talk to him a little bit. He was near us, and we'll try to talk to some of the athletes as everything continues on here. It's a little bit different for us because during when we do our track broadcast, we're up in the press box. Down here, we're in the natatorium, so we're near the athletes, and it's really just an opportunity, a great opportunity for us to interact with the parents and with the student athletes as well.
Yeah, I think, I see smiles. Everybody we've interviewed today, Carlos, has had a big smile. I've been doing this for years, and now I'm getting some recognition for it. So up next, we are having the girls 200-yard freestyle. Emily Cortez from Weslaco, Morgan Parker, Weslaco, Elaine Castillo, Weslaco, and Emily Guzman, Weslaco. The fastest qualifier, of course, Morgan Parker.
All right, so Morgan Parker, who was in the medley, and we will have the 200-yard freestyle next. So they'll be in the pool here for a while, as this is a 25-yard pool. Up on the blocks, in lane 2 will be Emily Cortez. In lane 3, Morgan Parker. Lane 4, Elaine Castillo. In lane 5, Emily Guzman. And here we go. And remember, this is going to be a long stretch here, 200 yards. So I don't know if you're going to see an all-out sprint, but they'll have definitely a good pace, kind of like the 800-meter run. So here we go, and then you can see right here already in lane 3 is you got Morgan Parker. And Parker continues to move forward. Hey, girls, you're going to have to move, girls. Morgan continues in the lead, a good one body length in the second lane there. Emily Cortez is in second. And in third place we have, it looks like Elaine Castillo, and then coming up there in fourth place, or they're actually battling out for fourth place, Emily and Elaine Castillo.
Well, Morgan's actually stretching her lead right here. She's probably 2 or 3 body lengths ahead. Nice smooth stroke, breathing every other stroke. You see different things. The longer the distance, the more they breathe. The more the sprint, the less they breathe.
All right, and Parker finishes in first place with a time of 1:08.94. And second place, you got Emily Cortez.
That's about the halfway point.
Yeah, we're at the halfway point. I'm sorry. I'm looking at their split times as they're going up there, and they were put up there just a little bit early. So Parker's still almost done with her competition, and she is way out ahead. It's going to be Parker in first place, still battling out for second place. is Cortez and Castillo. Castillo trying to catch up, and she's got a good little push here towards the end, and she might end up in second place, so they still have a ways to go here in this particular race.
Well, Morgan's time reported in is 2:14. She's right at 2 minutes.
The record in the 200. Let me get that for you. Record in the 200 freestyle is 2:11:37.
I believe that's Sarah Albach. I remember her. She was an outstanding swimmer for WISD and Weslaco High School.
And there we go. It's now a final where Parker in first place with 2:24:08. Second place, and coming from behind is Elaine Castillo for second. In third place, it's going to be Emily Cortez and Emily Guzman racing against the clock now. Emily's just a freshman, so she's racing against a senior there in Parker, who we know is a senior, and Emily will finish with a time of 2:55:71. Trying to beat just their individual times. The best time for Morgan Parker was 2:14. She was a tad behind that at 2:24.
Elaine Castillo was real close to her best. She swam 2:39:16. Her best 2:38:33. So she's right there on her best time back here in the first part of 2018.
And these were all girls from Weslaco High School. Weslaco East did not have anybody in the 200 freestyle. It was all Weslaco High School Panthers. And now we're going to get to see the first swimmer from Weslaco East. And it'll be Josue Chavez in lane 2, Brock Bloomquist in lane 3, Diego Guerra will be in lane 4, and it'll be Weslaco East once again in lane 2, Weslaco High School lane 3, and Weslaco High School lane 4. 1:59:42 is the best time coming into this competition. Brock Bloomquist, who is in lane 3.
And he really jumps out to an early lead there, Carlos, on the start. Great start by Brock Bloomquist. Super efficient in the turn. He's already about 3 body lengths ahead.
All right, so the first 50 is now done for Bloomquist, your leader. As he continues to power his way forward, does Brock Bloomquist.
This is the discipline of a swimmer like Brock Bloomquist. There's no one in this race that can really push him, so Brock's got to push himself. His time of 1:59 is nearly 40 seconds faster than the qualifying time of the second swimmer. So this is really going to come down to personal discipline for him to reach out here.
And here we go, Brock. Another 25 yards in the book for him. He's got his older brother here for him, here pushing him along a little bit. I know he went and swam at Permian Basin at the college level. Then he actually switched sports altogether and ran track at UT-RGV. You might get an opportunity to talk to him a little bit.
Wow, that's impressive.
And another round for Brock Bloomquist.
Well, those Bloomquists are pretty good athletes. You know, there's been cousins and brothers and sisters that are been very good athletes from
Braxton,
the Bloomquist. Yes.
We had him last night.
Right.
Featured him a little bit.
Well, and their parents were pretty good athletes too. So good to see it passed on. Looks like Brock may be towards the end of his race.
And that'll do it. Brock Bloomquist coming in first place, finishing in lane 3 with a time of 1:56:12. As the other swimmers are still competing here, but it's Bloomquist 1:56:12 picking up first place for Weslaco High School.
Carlos, that's knocking 3 seconds off the time that he reported on the heat sheet, 1:59:42. So he knocked that off by almost a second and a half. That's a nice swim by Brock Bloomquist.
Remember, this is a preliminary for a lot of these athletes, as we still have Josue Chavez in lane 2 competing, and Diego Guerra, who just finishes in lane 4 with a time of 2:37:94.
Yeah, his time is almost exactly the same as the reported time. He reported a 2:36.
2:37.
And 2:37. So he was right there in the books with that one, and still Weslaco East swimmer with about a lap to go.
Yeah, we got Chavez finishing up here, and he'll get some encouragement from the crowd to finish up strong. This is a competition as they get ready for district meet next on the calendar at Brownsville High School, or the natatorium, I should say. I don't think it's at Brownsville.
No, it's a nice standalone facility, much like this. I've been there for regionals. Very nice building. And Josue finishes, Carlos, with 3:21.79.
All right, so that'll do it for the 200-yard freestyle. We had the girls and we had the boys, and now we'll move along to the boys' 200-yard IM. And it'll be it'll be Jose Ochoa taking on Darrell Wells. So Ochoa, one of your better athletes from Weslaco East. Darrell Wells, according to the record books, still has it by about 20 seconds. But we'll get to see two of the top athletes from each school going up against one another.
Now, the individual medley, they start, I believe, up top. Because they can just make the turn into the backstroke.
All right, and they're ready to go right away. No 5-minute break for this particular race. We have Darrell Wells in lane 3 and Jose Ochoa in lane 4, and they'll go head-to-head here. Remember Wells, who is a state qualifier from a year ago, and he'll start off here with the butterfly.
His specialty, a very good butterflyer. Shoulder, lower back strength, and a great kick to be a good butterflyer.
He is, and his specialty, he was a district champion, the 100 fly. He went placed second in regionals to qualify for state in the 200 free.
And there's the backstroke. Nice extension, reach way back, feel for the wall. The flags you see there are there for backstrokers as much as anyone to know when they're about to the wall.
So he'll finish the butterfly here, and this will be 100 yards done for him of the 200 medley.
And he'll turn around into the breast, I believe. Yeah, the stroke you see where they pop up out of the water is the breaststroke. There's a frog kick followed by a reach and a pull. Half the stroke is swim underneath the water.
Wells with a time right now of 1:18 as he touches the wall and goes to the 125-yard mark.
All he's got left is to finish the breaststroke and hit into the freestyle.
So his 50 yards of the breaststroke are now done for Wells. And now he'll go to the freestyle.
Ochoa about a half a lap to go in the breaststroke.
Final 50 for Darrell Wells, a time of 1:44. His own individual performance, 2:10.35. That's what he'll try to break.
He's in the ballpark here, Carlos. Let's see how he finishes. Good turn.
Final 25 for Wells. Coming in at 2 minutes. 2:04.
I think he's going to break it.
And he just does it. A 2:09.66 for Darrell Wells. On the heat sheet, it said his best time was 2:10.35, so a new personal best for Darrell Wells.
And here comes Jose Ochoa, his personal best, 2:34.22. I believe Darrell Wells is going to pull him along, and he's going to shatter that.
Being cheered on by his teammates, and Ochoa, yes, a new personal best by 1 second as you hear the cheer from the crowd. 2:33.03, a personal best for Jose Ochoa. Wow.
That's awesome by both swimmers. We talked about that earlier. Sometime when you swim against someone that can really go, they drag you along with them. And Ochoa was just trying to pace with Darrell Wells and set a personal best.
Great job by those two junior student athletes from Weslaco ISD. Ochoa from Weslaco East, Darrell Wells from Weslaco High School. That's not too bad as you get ready to get a nice applause from the crowd.
That's outstanding. There's no loser in a race where both kids set personal bests.
And now, you can see over here. It's off camera, but now the individuals, Ochoa will come over here, get some hugs from some of his family members. And Darrell Wells as well being congratulated. We'll try to talk to some of these athletes here, but we'll move on to the next competition, and it'll be the girls' 50-yard freestyle, and we have athletes from both schools here competing. From Weslaco High School in lane 2, we have Jessica Cantu. From Weslaco East, we have Maria Perez. She has the best time at 38:07. And also, we have from Weslaco East, Isabela Ochoa in lane 4. This is the 50-yard freestyle. There's going to be 2 heats in this one, Coach.
Yes, there's going to be 2 heats. Much like track, the second heat is hot heated, which means the fastest, what is that, about 6 times are in the first heat. 8-lane pool, so that you can't swim this in one heat.
50-yard freestyle, up and back. All out push on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Can you call it a sprint in swimming?
It is a sprint. Only thing shorter you can do is a 25, and you don't see that in very many meets.
Clean start for the athletes in the pool, and let's see, lane 3. She is your favorite, Maria Perez from Weslaco East. Is Jessica Cantu right now with the first 25 yards in first place. Maria Perez in second place. In lane 3, Ochoa right there also. She could be actually now, Ochoa officially now in second place. It's going to be Cantu in Weslaco with the lead here. Trying to break her personal best of 4:81.
That's Ochoa in the lead, Carlos.
And Ochoa with a 38:11, who takes first place from Weslaco East. In second place, we had Jessica Cantu from Weslaco High. And in third place, Maria Perez.
So the first place in that heat was 38:11. Let's pay attention now to the second heat and see if that place will move her up into the standings.
All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and set this up. Heat number 2, the faster heat of the 2. In lane 1, Marisa Rodriguez from Weslaco High. Gabriela Nájera, lane 2 from Weslaco East. From Weslaco High, Brittany Solis, lane 3. Lane 4, Angelica Peacock from Weslaco High. Brianna Villarreal, lane 5 from Weslaco East. And Angelica Rodriguez, lane 6 from Weslaco.
And here comes, I believe that is Brittany Solis there with the early commanding lead.
Yep, Brittany Solis in third. She is the favorite to win this one. Up and back one time. Solis looking to break her personal best of 28:91.
And she did it.
And she did it with a time of 28:53. In second place, you have Gabriela Nájera. I'm sorry. In second place, you have Angela Peacock. Let me get that right. And in third place, we have Gabriela Nájera. Fourth place, Maria Rodriguez. 1, 2, 3, 4, your official finish.
Outstanding swim by Brittany Solis, breaking her season best by fractions of a second, but any improvement is huge.
Solis in first place, second place, Peacock, third, Nájera, and fourth, Rodriguez in the 50 free. All right, now let's go to the boys. This is going fast and furious now. After that first race, they got this going on pretty quickly now here. So we have the boys 50-yard free. Let me set this up. Avery Garcia in lane 1, Jaime Sainz in lane 2, both from Weslaco High School. From Weslaco East, Ivan Rodriguez in lane 4, Patrick Garza from Weslaco High. From Weslaco East, Steven Ortega, who's in lane 5. And from Weslaco High School, Miguel de los Santos, he's in lane 6.
Watch lane 3, Carlos. Ivan Rodriguez has the fastest reported time so far.
50-yard freestyle competition. Weslaco East versus Weslaco High in the dual meet here at the WISD Natatorium. And I see one of the coaches out there just making sure that everybody's in the right lane assignments. Lane 1, Garcia. Lane 2, Sainz. Lane 3, Rodriguez. Lane 4, Garza. Lane 5, Ortega. Lane 6, De Los Santos. And here we go. There will be 2 heats in this event.
I think one lane has been vacated. Not a big deal. Early leader in lane 4, Carlos.
Ivan Rodriguez, lane 3, I believe, Coach. And maybe, lane 4, Patrick Garza. They're battling it back and forth. Weslaco versus Weslaco East. It's going to be a close one. Lane 3, lane 4. Watch those two. Rodriguez, Garza. And at the wall, It's going to be a tie. It looks like between Ivan Rodriguez and Patrick Garza. And in third place, Jaime Saenz. How does that happen on a touch wall, Coach?
Well,
in fourth place, Avery Garcia. In fifth place, De Los Santos.
Well, I'm not going to tell you. I've seen that a bunch of times, but especially when it's electronically timed. But those touchpads are Olympic-level quality touchpads. So they touched it exactly the same time. And here comes heat 2.
All right, Rodriguez from Weslaco East and Patrick Garza from Weslaco High both finish in first place, tied for first, 29-22. Jaime Saenz, a freshman out of Weslaco High School, in second place with a time of 31-34. All right, here we go, heat 2. The faster times here. We got in lane 1 from Weslaco East, Pascual Barrientos. In lane 2 from Weslaco, Noah Valadez. In lane 3 from Weslaco East, John Miller. From Weslaco High, Ismael Reveroso in lane 4. In lane 5, Derek Cantu from Weslaco High. And also from Weslaco High, Ryan Perez.
Looks like Miller with the lead, commanding lead.
Lane 3.
And he touches first.
Yep, John Miller, he was expected to do well with this time here of 25.70. And Miller, just over his best time of 25.39. He's in first place. Second place, Ismael Rebolloso from Weslaco High School. So it's Weslaco East in first. Weslaco High, the Panthers, and Rebolloso in second. In third place, give it to Derek Cantu. And those are your 1, 2, 3 top finishers. Let's move on now to the boys' 100-yard butterfly. And this is going to be 2 Weslaco High School individuals. You got a junior and a freshman going against one another. It'll be Brock Bloomquist, who is in lane 3 in the butterfly with a time of 1:05.05. And Ryan Perez, who will be competing in this event.
Looks like they may be taking a quick break. Some of these athletes have been in other events, and they're really moving this along, Carlos. Very impressed by the meet organization, but looks like we're going to take a quick break. So far we've seen all the strokes in the water. We've seen success out of both schools, and it's really been fun to watch so far.
All right, once again, Miller in first from Weslaco East, from Weslaco High, Rebolloso in second. In third place, we had Derek Cantu from Weslaco High School. In fourth place, it was Barrientos. In the 50-yard free, the B heat, John Miller picking up first place in that one. They're not going to be handing out any medals or any ribbons tonight. This is just a competition. It'll go in the record books, of course. It is a sanctioned UIL event, but this is more of a warm-up meet for next week's district competition in Brownsville.
Well, sure. Like I said, you're getting a good, safe, quick swim in. No one is going to be at a meet site all day. You're not running a bunch of heats. You know, you go to a big meet, you can swim a qualifying heat to a semifinal heat to the finals. You could swim your event 3 times, and you don't want to do that the week before district.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have had some the weather this week has just been crazy here in Weslaco and all across the Rio Grande Valley. We had to start school a little bit late, but here it is a temperature-controlled environment. So these kids have been practicing over the past 2 weeks. I know they've probably been practicing on their own during the holidays as well. So the natatorium has been busy, and I believe these kids will be ready for district next week.
Yeah, where you run into trouble with swimmers is heading outside wet into that cold. So you got to make sure during cold weather that they're really dry before they leave the facility.
Yeah, and there are some facilities that are covered, but they're open air.
Right.
Facilities, and sometimes it's just too cold.
Oh, sure.
To be swimming, but we have a nice, like I said, controlled environment here. There's a heater, there's an air conditioner.
Yeah.
Right now it's a little warm. It's very humid. It usually is here at these natatoriums.
Oh, yeah. You don't want it cold in here again. You don't want a kid coming out of the water and it be too cold. Their muscles are more flexible when it's a little bit warmer. The conditions are as good as they can be. This is a well-run facility.
Yep, I'd like to welcome everybody here. A little bit of a break before our next competition. Carlos Roberto along with John Boswell and the K-West crew at the WISD Natatorium for a dual meet between Weslaco High and Weslaco East. And as they get ready for district competition, regional competition, and hopefully state competition as well. The regional meet will be taking place very conveniently back in Brownsville on February 2nd and 3rd, and then they go to state. If we have any state qualifiers here at WISD, it'll be up in Austin February 16th and 17th.
That's a big deal going to state in any event, but the Aquatic Center at the University of Texas They've had Olympic qualifiers in there. They've had NCAA meets in there. It's an outstanding facility, and it's just so outstanding to be able to qualify for that meet.
All right, we are getting ready for our next competition, which will be the boys 100 butterfly. Still waiting for Brock Bloomquist and Ryan Pettis to get ready. It has been eventful so far. It's been very eventful here, as we've had some times that have been broken, some individual times for Daryl Wells and Jose Ochoa. Both of them already broke their personal best in the 200-yard IM. And Brock Bloomquist, I don't think, is in any hurry to get back on the starting blocks, as he's over here near our cameras talking to his grandfather and to his brother.
Well, sure. He's getting, here's how we used to do it.
It's a little bit of a break here. It's a senior night at our senior day, I guess you can call it, Parents' Night. It's not really Parents' Night. They really honor the senior athletes who will be graduating after this year.
Well, you know, it's a great opportunity. I've told you this before, that my favorite pictures of myself are Parents' Night pictures of my children when they were in WISD athletics.
All right, let's go ahead and we have Coach Trevino who's going to come over here. Let's go ahead and switch it over to the handheld mic, talking to my director, and to talk a little bit about Coach Trevino to find out what is going on here. So far, tell me a little bit about the meet. How's everything running? It seems to be running smoothly.
The meet's going very, very well. We're not trying to rush through the meet. Some of these kids are swimming multiple events, so we are running a little bit slow, give them a little bit of rest time, so that way they can try to swim their best times possible.
Now, the times that are coming up on the scoreboard, are those official?
Yes, those are the official times.
So we got some new records that have already been broken, individual records.
We've already had the 200 individual medley from Weslaco East by Jose Ochoa.
And what about the one for Daryl Wells? Was that not a new record for him?
For the 200 individual medley, no. The current record holder is Brock Bloomquist.
But what about his individual? Do you know if his individual was broken? His best time.
I'm sorry, yes, it was his personal best.
Personal best.
Yes,
personal best.
yes,
Right.
that is correct.
All right. So do you have any new information for us?
Well, we do have the combination of some events, for example, where we have individuals swimming by themselves in a heat. We're going to put them in another heat with other swimmers, so they have someone to swim against. So, for example, in the 500-yard freestyle, Jose Chavez will be swimming with the girls 500 free. He will be in lane 1. And for the 100-yard breaststroke, Charlie Cruz, she will be swimming breaststroke, but she'll be swimming it during the 100-yard backstroke in lane 1, also with the girls.
So we got Josue. Are you going to go let me have that one?
Yes, you can have this form.
All right, so we got an updated heat sheet. All right, sounds good. Okay, everything else going okay. This is, once again, we're talking to Alexandra Trevino.
Everything else is going very smoothly.
How often do you see a tie? We saw a tie just a second ago.
Not too often, but they do happen.
Okay.
They do happen. And in cases where it's a finals district championship meet, they do have a swim off to have a winner.
All right, thank you very much.
Right,
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
So what she talked about, Carlos, was, and you see the same thing in track meets. You know, you'll go to a meet and there'll be 4 girls running the 800 and 8 boys running the 800, and they'll put them both in one race. And it saves time, and plus no one should have to perform by themselves. And a 500-yard freestyle by yourself is what, 10 laps by yourself? An 8-minute swim by yourself. You know, that's not something that most people want to do or most people want to watch. So they're going to combine those things. That's good to hear.
Yeah, and they're moving along quickly. They were anticipating that this swim meet would take about an hour and a half, so they're running just pretty much on time here. We started this broadcast at about 9 o'clock. We're about to hit the 2-hour mark here, as 11 o'clock is about 13 minutes away. And things to be, like we said, this is a great meet for us to broadcast as well. One, because there's only 2 schools.
Right.
And there's also, usually when you have multiple schools here, this place is packed with athletes and with spectators. meet official Darrell Wells talking to the athletes and advising them about the next competition, which will be coming up. And I believe it's about to start here momentarily. How about if we get Darrell Wells to come over here and talk to us here for a little bit as he passes right by our booth here. And Darrell, tell us, did you get a personal best right there on your last competition that you had?
What? Last week in McAllen, I had gone at 210, and I'd gone at 209 right now.
So you got a 209, you got a 210 in the 200-yard IM.
That was in McAllen last week.
But you just broke that today, so you have a personal best already?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good. I know what I need to work on so I could drop more time on that
What do you
event.
need to work on?
More underwaters and stuff like that.
Let me tell you what, your stroke overall is very impressive looking, and you cover more surface underground, under the water, and that's also impressive.
Like, what gets me going is my fly, because, like, that's my best event. But then, like, my backstroke, like, I need more work on that, and my breaststroke. So I got lots of improvement that I need to work on.
How do you try to get better at being underwater a little bit more?
I practice lots of, like, 50s with flippers on, and I just work on my sprints, like my underwaters. That's what helps me.
All right, we'll go ahead and let you go. Congratulations on a new personal best for Darrell Wells in the 200 IM.
Thank you.
You got it.
You know,
the things that they come up with
well,
to improve on.
arguably the best or one of the best swimmers here already knows that I've got to get better. You know, a lot of kids would say, gosh, I'm the best one here. I don't need to work on a whole lot more. But there's a kid with goal of swimming in college. There's a kid that wants to go back to state in multiple events. That's how you get there, is have that kind of attitude.
All right, so after a little break in the competition, we move on now because getting ready on the blocks, we got Brock Bloomquist in lane 3, Ryan Pettis in lane 4. Bloomquist, a junior, Ryan Pettis, a freshman, both from Weslaco High School.
Brock's time, 1:05.05.
And this is the boys' 100-yard butterfly. And Bloomquist with a nice start. And he'll be racing against the clock.
He is so smooth in the water, Carlos. Watch his torso come up, out, and back in.
Bloomquist, the junior, finishing his first 50 yards. Ryan Pettis, still in the middle of his first 50 yards.
I don't see the clock running. I feel like he's swimming well, but...
And this is where it's a mental challenge for the swimmer, because you have nobody really on one of your lanes. You do, of course, have the younger swimmer in the lane next to you, but you definitely have to motivate yourself.
Looks like they're having to time this by hand, Carlos. I see a timer step up on the edge.
And that'll do it. The 200-yard butterfly is done. Clock is malfunctioning, I believe. And so Brock Bloomquist is done, and he picks up first place. Ryan Pettis continuing on. The freshman finishing out here, finishing strong.
As soon as we get a time on Brock, if that's possible, we'll make sure you hear it, because that appeared to be a real sound swim to me.
And good job by both these swimmers. Ryan Pettis finishing his race. And there's Brock Bloomquist right there. And this is already his second event that he's competed in, or third event, I should say.
Yeah, I believe it's his third.
He was in the 200-yard freestyle. He was in the 200-yard medley, and now the 100-yard butterfly. Up next, we have the girls' 100-yard freestyle. Let's go ahead and set that up for you, because in lane, it'll be 2 heats. In heat 1, it'll be lane 2 from Weslaco High School, Jessica Cantu. In lane 3 from Weslaco East, Isabela Ochoa. And in lane 4, Maria Perez. This will be the 100-yard freestyle.
They're checking the clock out, and it didn't start again. I don't know if there's a problem, but they'll have that settled before they start the next race.
This will be a 2-heat competition of the 100-yard freestyle. Cantu, Ochoa, and Perez, lane 2, 3, and 4. All right, looks like the clock has been reset now. And we'll continue on with the meet.
You know, there's a lot going on in WISD in the next couple of weeks. I know right now as we speak, Carlos, there's wrestling going on at Weslaco High School. We were at a big basketball game last night. There's more basketball coming this week. Soccer's going. We heard Big O talk about junior high softball going on right now. High school baseball and softball about to happen. Track's not far away. Of course, tennis, golf, those kind of things are going. There we go. Looks like they got the clock figured out.
So once again, we're getting ready to start the 100-yard freestyle. 2 heats. We'll start off with heat number 1. From Weslaco, Jessica Cantu. From Weslaco East in lane 3, Isabella Ochoa. In lane 4, from Weslaco East, Maria Perez. The 100-yard freestyle, the record, 59.98 for the girls from Weslaco High School.
Wow.
By Lopez back in 1991. 59.98, under a minute. All these girls are well over a minute. And let's see here in the lead is going to be lane 3, Isabella Ochoa from Weslaco East with the early lead.
Nice smooth stroke.
Close for second and third will be Cantu and Perez. So that's really where the race is going to be, as a good body length ahead is Ochoa. Isabella Ochoa from Weslaco East. Looks like she's going to pick up the victory here for this particular heat. Coming up in lane 2, Jessica Cantu from Weslaco High School. And it'll be East, Isabella Ochoa, first place. And that's not the correct time. It was more around the 40s. No, I'm sorry. This is 100 yards.
Yes,
that
sir.
was the first 50.
Yeah,
so
that's the halfway mark.
We still got another 100 yards to go. I'm sorry about that. And but still in first place will be Isabella Ochoa.
Yeah, she's pretty safe here as far as the finish.
She's at the 103 mark. 106 and counting here in the 100-yard free.
Her reported time, 126.78, so I think she's going to beat that.
And so Isabella Ochoa, now she did it. It's official. 124.03 for Isabella Ochoa, winning this heat. In second place in this heat will be 130.02 for Jessica Cantu. She finishes in second. And Maria Perez going to finish out here in third place for Weslaco East.
So first and second place, Carlos, both knocked seconds off their reported qualifying times. That's a nice job.
1, 2, 3, Ochoa in first, Cantu in second, and Perez in third with 1:54.55. Maria Perez, her official time. Now we'll move on to heat number 2, and this will be a full lanes, or we'll have 6 lanes. In lane 1, Gabriela Nájera from Weslaco East. In lane 2, from Weslaco High School, Olga Cáceres. In lane 3, we got Charlie Cruz, also member of the Panthers. From Weslaco High School, Brittany Solis. In lane 5, Brittany Solis is from Weslaco High. Angelica Peacock from Weslaco High School. And in lane 6, Brianna Villarreal swimming for the Lady Wildcats.
Your fastest qualifier in lane 3, Charlie Cruz, 103.90.
She takes the early lead, does Cruz, in lane 3. In lane 4 and in lane 2, you have Cáceres and Solis, who are right behind her. First 50 yards done.
In fact, Brittany Solis had the early lead.
Charlie Cruz, rather, the early lead in lane 3. It's lane 4. I'm sorry. That is this. It is lane 4 of Brittany Solis.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Plus, I'm cheating. I'm looking at the scoreboard.
Yes, absolutely. So it's going to be a race between lane 3 and lane 4. Charlie Cruz and Brittany Solis. And here comes Cruz. Solis. Looks like Solis has the edge, and she does take it. 107.30. Brittany Solis in first place. Right behind her, 107.99. Charlie Cruz in second place. In third place, Olga Cáceres. All girls from Weslaco High School, 113.111. And in fourth place, also from Weslaco High School, we got Peacock, Angel Peacock, 113.83. And in fourth place from Weslaco East, Brianna Villarreal, 118.34.
Nice smooth swim out of Cruz and Solis there in the middle of the pool, right around what they usually swim, the 107, 10. I'm sorry, they usually swim 103, 104, but still nice swims.
All right, we're moving right along here. Heat 1 of the boys 100-yard freestyle. We'll go ahead and set you guys up. In lane 1, Stephen J. Ortega from Weslaco East. In lane 2, Robert Leal, also from Weslaco East. In lane 3, Diego Guerra from Weslaco High School. In lane 4, Ivan Rodriguez from Weslaco East. In lane 5, Angel Arizola from Weslaco East. And in lane 6, Miguel de los Santos from Weslaco High School. This is one of 2 heats.
Well, lane 2 and lane 3 right here fighting it out early. Lane 4 not far behind. I believe Leal in lane 2 has the early lead. Let's check the scoreboard.
Looks like you're right. It is lane 2, 3, and 4 who are competing. It's lane 2 and lane 3, Leal and Guerra competing. Weslaco East versus Weslaco High in this heat.
Rodriguez in 4 is also in the money there, Carlos. In fact, there's 4 guys like less than a second apart.
All right, so here we go. Final 25. Lane 2, Robert Leal in first place from Weslaco East. Looks like he's going to take it. But coming on strong in lane 3 is Diego Guerra. But no, Leal hangs on with a time of 107.86 to pick up first place. In second place from Weslaco East, Ivan Rodriguez in lane 4. In third place, Diego Guerra from Weslaco High School in lane 3. And finishing fourth, Angel Arizola.
That was a good steady swim by those first 3 guys. They're within a second of each other. A good competitive swim.
All right, so here we go. This is the second of the heats, and these are the fastest times coming into this event. The boys 100 freestyle. In lane 1, we have Derek Cantu from Weslaco High School. In lane 2, Nathan Parker, also from Weslaco High School. Lane 3, Darrell Wells, a Panther. Then John Miller from Weslaco East in lane 4. In lane 5, Ismael Rebolloso from Weslaco High School. And then one more member of the Panthers team, Noah Valadez, in lane 6.
Carlos, all of these young men have broken a minute. The fastest qualifier, Darrell Wells, 50.61.
And then right behind him, 57.56, John Miller. Rebolloso will be competing for second place here, according to this times, against John Miller. So here we go, 100-yard freestyle. First 25, and in lane 3, it's Darrell Wells.
Nice turn.
And look at him as he continues, still in first place in lane 3. Wells up front by half a body length. First 50 done. And here we go, up and back to finish the competition. Wells still moving nicely.
Carlos, the work he does under the water is what is putting him in the lead. Great stroke, but what he does after the turn, watch right here.
It's going to be Wells in first place. In second place, we got John Miller. In second place, I believe, actually, that is Nathan Parker in second place.
Yeah, I believe that's Parker.
And so Wells finishes in first. In second, it is Nathan Parker, 57.03, coming up in second. And in third place, John Miller in third with 58.70. So Parker, who did not have one of the fastest qualifying times, comes in here and surprises some people with a second place finish at 57.03. Not bad for a freshman.
Right. He's one of those young bucks. You know, he's just developing as a swimmer, but he's from a swimming family, obviously. And you're going to see him improve. Good, strong, young swimmer. And impressive taking second place to Derek Wells.
Fourth place with Ismael Rebolloso. He finishes in fourth. Fifth place, Derek Cantu. Once again, Wells in first. Second, Parker. In third, Miller. Fourth, Rebolloso. In fifth, we had Cantu.
So one of the races that the coach talked about, they're going to combine swimmers. There are 3 girls registered to swim in the 500-yard freestyle. Guzman from Weslaco, Castillo from Weslaco, and Cortez from Weslaco. Josue Chavez, the male from Weslaco East, will be put into lane 1, swimming the same race. You see a young lady sitting on the edge of the pool. She is a lap counter. You lose track.
Can we have a lap counter?
You lose track in a race that long. We should be able to see it up on the scoreboard that know every time they're touched, that's 50.
Right. So this is the 500-yard freestyle.
That's correct.
We're going to be here a while for this one. We're going to be here at least 7-8 minutes.
8 minutes or so.
Yeah. So this is we'll go ahead and set you guys up here for this long event. In lane 2, we'll have Emily Guzman. In lane 3, Elaine Castillo. In lane 4, Emily Cortez. In lane 1, we'll have one of the boys in there, Josue Chavez. It says, lane 1. That threw me off a little bit.
So this is a matter of stroke, a matter of consistency, and a matter of endurance.
And you also see some of the other athletes that are down here, some of the freshmen who are here maybe to learn a little bit as well. And here we go. So 500-yard freestyle. This is
25 right here.
First 25.
Yep.
First 25 yards.
Yeah.
So I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying this broadcast. It's the dual meet between Weslaco East and Weslaco High School, the 2018 City of Weslaco dual meet. Getting ready for competition, which will take place, district competition, next week at Brownsville ISD.
It's a nice facility. It's a fun day. If you've never been to a meet of that size, head over to Brownsville next weekend and support these swimmers.
First 25 done. First 100 yards, first 50 yards done, I should say.
Yes.
For the leader. And this is one where you'll have to keep up. Because we have in lane 4 right now our leader, Emily Cortez.
Right.
And right next to her, Elaine Castillo in lane 3. So that's the first 100 yards completed in this 500-yard match. In lane 4 is your leader, Emily Cortez.
Got a slight lead over lane 3, Elaine Castillo. These young people swimming this race have to be able to go emotionally, mentally to a place. It's got to be a little bit painful. It's long. It's hard. I was never built for endurance.
Yes, swimming is, I don't want to say as fast as you can, but swimming freestyle for 8 minutes can be difficult for anybody.
Yeah.
Getting some encouragement from her teammates right now as the two in lane 3 and lane 4 battling out, Emily Cortez and Elaine Castillo.
I think Elaine Castillo may have pulled ahead right there, Carlos, maybe a half a body length lead. Yes, lane 3 touched first on that lap. We're at 2:45, Carlos, and we're looking at about 7 minutes total.
Yeah, we finished 200 yards so far. Still 300 yards more to go in this 500-meter race, or 500-yard race, I should say.
I'm the same way. We've converted tracks to meters, and Olympic-wise, they've converted to meters. To still hear yards is taking a little practice. Yeah, Castillo keeps roaming over there towards the ropes a little bit. You don't want to be over there One of the reasons they have the black line in the bottom of the pool is to keep you on track. But she still touches first with 3:28.68. Elaine Castillo, currently in first place.
And Castillo continues to pull ahead, oh so slightly. In a race like this, anything can happen. It's like the mile.
Oh, sure.
Or the 3,200.
I just think it's probably a little harder to sprint in the water. You know, on open ground, you'll see a 2-miler run the last lap or half a lap full speed. I don't think that's as easy to do within the water. I like how they all jump in here and help out their teammates. They're giving them lap counters. They're letting them know how many they got and how many they got left.
300 yards already completed in this 500-yard event. So now they get to the 200-yard mark, and now is when they kind of hit that wall.
Oh, I got to imagine that the lungs are burning, that the hips and the calves, shoulders are all feeling the, you know, when you're pulling water, and that's what you're doing when you're swimming, it really wears on you. Those of you who haven't swam competitively don't have any clue what that feels like. I never really have, but I trained for it for a little while. It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
It is right now in lane 3, Elaine Castillo with the lead. We're at the 5-minute mark. And 300 yards done. Working on that second or that fourth 100-yard mark for Miss Elaine Castillo. And she's gonna win this race. She's up by a good 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, almost a half of a length.
Final 100 yards here for Elaine Castillo. Got 400 yards in the books for her.
Yeah, at about 5:39.56 so far.
Castillo still going, and Emily Cortez still getting encouragement from her teammates over there. And there you go. You hear the bell.
Down and back.
For the final 50 yards.
6:22 after that turnaround. Let's see how she finishes. Fastest reported time, 6:59.43 for Elaine Castillo.
Castillo. Final 25 yards. Final lap here for Elaine Castillo. Going to pick up first place in this 2018 City of Weslaco dual meet. It's Castillo winning this one by a good 25 yards. And Castillo with a final time of 7:01.87.
Nice swim by Elaine Castillo. She pulled away at about the 150 mark and held on to the rest of the race. Nice job.
Coming up in second place, and that'll be Emily Cortez with a time of 7:17.42. So once again, Elaine Castillo first place, 7:01.87. In second place, Emily Cortez. And a competition like this, some swimmers were still in the pool to try to finish out. We got still in lane 1, Joshua Chavez. And also we have swimming in lane 2, Amelie Guzman. Long distance freestyle, so to speak, 500 yards. And Amelie Guzman finishes the time of 7:56.75. And still competing, Joshua Chavez. Coming up next, we'll have the 200-yard freestyle relay, the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. So a couple of relays. Well, we'll have the boys and the girls freestyle relay. That'll go quickly. That's always interesting. Then we still got the backstrokes and the 400-yard freestyle relay to finish out the competition.
Well, in the girls relay, Carlos, both schools have a team, and in the boys relay, there are 3 teams actually going to hit the water. So those will be fun races to watch.
So 4 more events before we finish out this dual meet: the 200-yard freestyle relay, the 100-yard freestyle, or 100-yard backstroke, I should say, and the 100-yard breaststroke. And then to finish out the competition, the 400-yard freestyle relay, girls and
boys.
Is there a boys?
Yeah, it's on the back.
Okay, that's right. Second page.
Well, it's kind of like the mile relay ends the track meet. This is what ends this meet, and it'll be a good roundup. See some of your better swimmers there in that last relay.
Awesome. So here we go, finishing up strong. Joshua Chavez.
Because of the length of that race, I don't think there'll be a long time before these relay teams are up ready to go.
All right, so up next we'll have the 200-yard girls freestyle relay. It'll be, the girls Weslaco team against the girls Weslaco East team. We got Peacock, Emily Guzman, Elaine Castillo, and Olga Cáceres, who will be competing. Emily Guzman just competed in this long distance event.
Elaine Castillo also.
Yep, and Castillo. So there's got to be probably at least a 5-minute break here. And then for Weslaco East, Alexandra Dominguez, Viana Villarreal, Isabela Ochoa, and Gabriela Nájera will be competing against one another.
So maybe there will be a slight break here because of that. That's not a usual thing. You got a sprint, and some girls that just swam distance are involved. So we'll see how that goes. So as we take a quick break here, I'd like to again thank Val Zamora on the roaming camera. You've got Don Ramirez back there running the board. You've got Darlene Gracia, and it looks like Carlos has got an interview with someone who's had some good success today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've got my handheld mic working here, and got Brock Bloomquist to talk to us a little bit about how do you feel about your competition so far?
It's all right. I've added in a couple events, but it's going to happen, and, you just got to keep working at it.
So have you had a personal best yet at all?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. What are some of the things that, after this is your first competition of the 2018, did y'all race last week at all? You did? Okay. All right. So you feel ready, that you're getting ready for district competition after a couple of meets?
Yeah, I feel ready. It's mainly the training and the meets, the way they go. But, adding on this meet, it's going to, like I said, it's going to happen. So I'm going to have to just keep pushing throughout the week till district.
Do you ever want to compete in that 500-yard long-distance competition?
Well,
have you ever done it?
I've done it before, but I don't really like doing the 500 because long distance is not my thing. I like sprints and mid-distance events.
It seems like it's pretty tiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it sure is.
It seems like a tough competition. All right, well, good luck next week. Thank you, and I know we're going to see you here again. Thank you very much, Brock. Appreciate it. That was Brock Bloomquist, one of the swimmers from Weslaco High School.
Yeah, he's had a good day. He's one of the returning guys that we spoke about in the pregame, and he's the guy you're going to hear about for the next year or so. Him and Darrell Wells, got a little thing going here. I'm sure they're both going to get the opportunity to swim at the next level.
All right, getting ready for the next competition. Looks like we have some of the swimmers already near the starting blocks. It'll be starting off with a 200-yard freestyle relay. We hope you're enjoying this broadcast on K-West's Facebook page. The 2018 City of Weslaco dual meet, Weslaco High School versus Weslaco East. We're at about 4 more events to go. For boys and girls.
Yeah, and I don't think any of those events have multiple heats. So, and pretty much everything is 100 meters or less following this 200 meter freestyle. I'm not counting the relays because each person's swimming 100. So,
if you look at Brock Bloomquist, he's already up on that board in the 200 individual medley. He owns the individual record at Weslaco High School.
But his brother owns the record in the 50 free.
Blaine Bloomquist,
yeah,
his name.
They're all B's.
They're all B's, yep.
Both families are all B's.
So Blaine Bloomquist, first place, or owns the record from 2014 in the 50 free. And Brock is also in that 200 medley relay from 2017. But from what I understand, this has already been broken, so a new time will go up there at the end of the school year.
Well, you know, if it was digital, maybe you could change it weekly, but being that it's a physical record board, they'll have to climb up there once a year. And it's good to come back. You know, last night we were at Wesco High School, and to see your picture in a trophy case or see your name on a trophy or on a record wall, that always makes it special.
All right, still waiting for the – how long do you think it would wait for someone to recover? It's got to take them at least 5 minutes to recover before they get into a sprint relay, 200-yard freestyle relay.
Well, it looks like your question was just answered. Mr. Wells just blew the whistle. And looks like since the girls were swimming the distance, they're going to run the boys first because none of the boys were swimming the long distance. That'll give the girls extra time to rest, and then they'll bring the girls back.
All right, so let's go ahead and set up the boys. The boys team in the 200-yard freestyle. We're going to have 3 teams competing, 2 from Weslaco High and 1 from Weslaco East. And in lane 2, we'll have Pratic Garza, Jaime Sáenz, Avery Garcia, and Diego Guerra. Their qualifying time was 2:06:36. From Weslaco East, we'll have in lane 3, John Miller, Pascual Barrientos, Robert Leal, and Jose Ochoa. And in lane 4, with a qualifying time of 1:48:43, we'll have Derek Cantu, Noah Valadez, Ryan Perez, and Ismael Rebolloso. The favorite to win this one in lane 3, Weslaco East, with a qualifying time of 1:47:35, Miller, Barrientos, Leal, and Ochoa.
Looks like the team in lane 2 is scratched. So we got Weslaco East in 3, Weslaco High in 4, and John Miller takes the early lead for Weslaco East.
So here we go. First 25 yards by Miller. Takes care of that. In lane 3 and lane 4, Derek Cantu. And up next will be Robert Leal.
Nice smooth swim by Leal here in lane 3. Good turn. Doesn't get quite as much under the water as you see some of the freestylers, but nice stroke on top. Comes the exchange.
Pascual Barrientos in the third leg here for Weslaco East. Weslaco High has made up some after John Miller took him out to an early lead. And
I believe that's Noah Valadez.
Yeah, I believe so.
Anchoring for Weslaco is Rebolloso. Ochoa for Weslaco East.
So here we go in the pool first for Weslaco East, Jose Ochoa trying to wrap up a victory for the Wildcats.
Got a nice lead. Let's see what he does with the turn. Smooth turn.
And he's going to be able to finish this strong. It's going to be the Wildcats picking up a victory in the 200-yard freestyle relay in this dual meet. And in lane 3, the Wildcats with a time of 1:52:02. And for the Panthers, 1:57:03. That is the boys' 200-yard relay. Wildcats in first, Panthers in second.
Nice smooth swim by both teams, but the Wildcats got an early lead out of John Miller, and they were able to hold on.
All right, coming up next, we'll have the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. Weslaco East versus Weslaco High. Angelica Peacock and Amelie Guzman. And then also we're going to have, there we go. Also, sorry, I had some audio issues here. Y'all couldn't tell at home, but we couldn't hear ourselves. Okay. Angelica Peacock will swim first, then Elaine Castillo, Amelie Guzman, and Olga Cáceres for the Panthers, Lady Panthers, and for the Lady Wildcats, Alexandria Dominguez, Isabela Ochoa, Brianna Villarreal, and Gabriela Nájera. All right, so here we go, 200 freestyle relay. girls. Weslaco East, excuse me. There's Weslaco High, who got the early jump, but here we go, Weslaco East. At the first 25, takes the lead. But they are going neck to neck between Weslaco East and Weslaco High. The good turn right there by Angelica Peacock gives now Weslaco High the lead.
Yeah, over Dominguez, nice turn. They're still right together. Let's see how they get here on the second swimmer.
High inside the pool first. This is going to be a close competition, Coach Boswell.
That's Elaine Castillo that just swam the 500 meters or 500 yards, and she is really turning her arms over. Isabella Ochoa for Wesco East in the pool for them.
Lady Panthers ahead by length and a half. A good strong swim here by Elaine Castillo. Emily Guzman next.
So they just used 500 yards as a warm-up. Pretty amazing. Brianna Virial in the pool for Wesco East. Closing a little ground, actually. Let's see if she can make some up on the turn.
Emily Guzman keeping the lead here for the Lady Panthers. Brianna Villarreal for Weslaco East, the Lady Wildcats. Final leg here, you'll see Olga Cáceres already in the pool. And Gabriela Nájera on the final leg for the Wildcats.
Wow, she is smooth, Carlos. Let's see if she can close some ground here. Nájera doing a great job. I don't think she's close enough to make a difference, but what a great swim by her. But
Yeah.
Cáceres does a great job holding on.
Yeah, Cáceres turned on the Jets here in the final 15 yards, and it's a victory for the Lady Panthers. Weslaco East coming up right behind them. And that'll do it for the 200-yard freestyle relay, boys and girls. Weslaco East. Up next, we'll have the 100-yard backstroke. We will be having Weslaco only. It's going to be all Weslaco, it looks like, competing in the backstroke.
And you're going to get to see Morgan Parker swim her specialty here. She has the fastest reported qualifying time, 1 minute 12.93 seconds. One of the things she said she wanted to do is try to swim a clean race and reduce that time tonight.
Also, Morgan Parker, she does own the school record of 1:12.93 in the 100-yard backstroke, which was set in 2016.
So she's swimming at her own record.
And Parker, a regional qualifier from a year ago in this event. It's an opportunity here to see one of the top swimmers from Weslaco High School on the girls' side, Morgan Parker. As we move on to the girls' 100-yard backstroke. And then it's the boys right after that.
And once again, the backstroke's the event where they will start the race inside the water. So, you know, in the other races, you get that big jump and that big underwater swim. The backstroke, it's all body momentum off the side of the pool, so it's much harder to get going.
And Morgan's a perfect athlete for this. So tall, long arms,
Right,
long legs.
right.
I mean, you know, she's got the genetics on her side, most definitely.
Yeah, on the boys' side, world-class backstrokers are 6'4" to 6'7", at big hands, big feet, long arms. Really big advantage pulling through that stroke.
All right, still waiting for the 200-yard freestyle. 200-yard backstroke, 100-yard backstroke on the girls. And we'll go ahead and set you guys up early. It'll be Charlie Cruz in lane 1. There was a change to your heat sheet there, Coach, just to let you know. In lane 2, we'll have Marissa Rodriguez. In lane 3, Morgan Parker. In lane 4, Olga Cáceres. In lane 5, Angela Rodriguez.
Yes. Charlie Cruz will be swimming the breaststroke, though, in lane 1.
Correct. There you go.
So she will be swimming a different stroke than the other 4 swimmers. So she's in a race of her own. Once again, the time for swimming these races is very similar. So putting her in the pool again, she'll have someone to kind of pace against.
Yeah, there's no one else who is competing in the breaststroke, so they'll put Charlie Cruz in there to compete in this particular event, but she'll be doing a different stroke. Different strokes for different folks.
That'd be a good name for a TV show.
Still to come here, we will have the 100-yard backstroke for the boys, the 100-yard breaststroke for the boys, and the girls and boys 400-yard freestyle relay. All right, so here we go, 100-yard backstroke. Person to look out for in lane 3, the senior from Weslaco High School, Morgan Parker, with a time of 1:12.93. She is the record holder at Weslaco High School, set back in 2016.
And once again, in lane 1, Charlie Cruz is on the starting block swimming the breaststroke.
All right, so here we go, a good start. And lane 3 coming out strong. Is Morgan Parker.
Olga Castro is trying to hang with her right there in lane 4. Morgan just made up so much ground on her turn. You know, there's so many ways to increase your time in swimming. 1, underwater work, and 2, the turns. The more efficient, the better.
50 yards done for Morgan Parker. Also in lane 4, Cáceres. And here's Parker in the final lap of this 100-yard backstroke. Parker so smooth as she gets ready for district competition. Remember, she's a senior, trying to finish out her senior year strong. And this dual meet, she talked about that during the pregame show. She just wants to have a good performance here, her final athletic competition at the natatorium for WISD.
You know, the real good ones, Carlos, don't always think about time. They think about efficiency, how well did I swim, how did I feel swimming it, and that the records will come.
Yep, she finishes at 1:14.34, a couple of seconds from her best. In second place, 1:22.44, Olga Cáceres, also from Weslaco High. Well, this is all Weslaco High School girls, I should say. And here we go. Rodriguez will finish up in third place. There was only 3 competitors.
And Charlie
at 1:35.108.
Charlie Cruz in lane 1, swimming the breaststroke, finishes up at 1:44.08. And so those events are done on the girls' side. The breaststroke for the boys will be still to come, along with the backstroke, who's up next.
Yep, the 100-yard backstroke, Nathan Parker, the younger brother of Morgan. We also have Pascual Barrientos. Parker's from Weslaco High School and Barrientos from Weslaco East. And they will be competing in the 100-yard backstroke for the boys. After that competition, we'll move on to the boys breaststroke. And we have 6 competitors in that particular event. All right, so they are getting ready. Once again, 100-yard breaststroke. Parker in lane 3, Barrientos in lane 4. Panther versus Wildcats. Both swimmers are in the pool. Parker looking to best a time of 1:06.62. Barrientos looking to best a time of 1:13.54. Working against one another and the clock as they compete for district competition coming up next week at Brownsville ISD. Parker with the early lead. after the first 25. Nice smooth stroke there for Parker.
Maybe a body and a half lead there over Barrientos.
First 50 done, final lap here in this 100-yard backstroke. Nathan Parker in the lead here in lane 3. And Parker trying to finish up strong. 48 seconds as he touches the wall in the final 25. His best time for the freshman is 1:06.62, so he's only going to get better, Coach.
Right, and he's got a chance of breaking that right here. He's at 1 minute. 1:04, 1:05. Let's see where he touches. He did it, Carlos. 1:05.88.
There you go, a new personal best for the freshman Nathan Parker from Weslaco High School. 1:05.88, beating his personal best of 1:06.62. And also coming in at 1:20.85, Pascual Barrientos, well from beyond his PR.
Right, so the next event up, and it looks like they're going to stick them up there pretty quickly, will be the boys' 100-yard breaststroke.
So the 100-yard breaststroke, let's go ahead and take a look at the lane assignments. In lane 1 for Weslaco High School, Jaime Sainz. In lane 2 from Weslaco East High School, we have Robert Leal. In lane 3 from Weslaco East, Jose Ochoa. In lane 4 from Weslaco High School, Patrick Garza. In lane 5 from Weslaco East, Angel Arizola. And in lane 6 from Weslaco High School, Avery Garcia. 1 through 6 here in the breaststroke, 100-yard breaststroke.
Fastest qualifier in lane 3, Jose Ochoa from Wesco East. 1:19.09. Looks like he may have an early lead.
Yeah, it's Leal and Ochoa battling out for first and second. It is going to be Leal with the lead at the 25-yard mark. Robert Leal from Weslaco East taking the early lead in second place. It looks like we have lane 2, Robert Leal, and lane 3 looks like in third place, Jose Ochoa. In fourth place, looks like lane 5, Angel Arizola. And then Jaime Sainz and Avery Garcia, 5th and 6th. Third place, or third lane, once again in lane 3. In first place, Jose Ochoa from Weslaco East.
Got a nice solid lead. Let's see what he does here on the turn. Nice turn. Good push.
Ochoa going to win this one. Final 15 yards for him coming up for Ochoa. Lane 2, Robert Leal is going to finish up in second. And it looks in lane 3, Jose Ochoa, in lane 4, Garza will finish in third.
Ochoa 1:19.
Let's check that. It's going to be actually in lane 5, Arizola, who picks up third place. In fourth place, Patrick Garza. And still got 2 competitors. Jaime Sainz picks up 5th place. And Avery Garcia will pick up 6th place. So Ochoa in first, Leal in second, and in third place, Arizola.
Yeah, start to finish, Ochoa did a nice job. 1:19.09 his reported time coming in. 1:19.8 today. Right around his personal best on a nice smooth swim.
All right, so we do have the final event now coming. This will be fast and furious. The 400-yard freestyle. Girls first. It'll be Weslaco versus Weslaco East. Their best swimmers against one another. And then we'll have the boys after that. Weslaco versus Weslaco East, their top freestyle swimmers.
Yeah, you know, it's really been a fun day. It's nice to be out here and highlight all the young athletes and the coaches from Weslaco ISD Aquatics, the swimmers. Done a nice job out here to honor the parents today. Good luck next week in district and then following down the road in regionals and state. Carlos, K West, outstanding choosing to be here tonight.
Yep, I'd like to thank Alex Andra Trevino, who is the high school coach from Weslaco High School, and she's also the director of the Aquatic Center for the invitation. We had been talking about this during track season last year about
Yes.
broadcasting a swim meet. And I go, how about doing it live? She goes, yeah, let's do it. So we chose this one here. It was a perfect time of the year, a Saturday, a dual meet. And I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that we are here from K-West.
Yeah, it's been fun. A lot of learning going on today. This, I'm sure, will be done again down the road. But it's an honor to be part of history today.
Yep, we still have more things to talk about. We got basketball coming up next week. I know wrestling. You'll be a part of the 32 6A wrestling meet,
Yes,
which
I
will take
will.
place later this year. And then we have a couple of track meets that will be taking place also at Bobby Lackey Stadium. And we'll be bringing those to you live as well. All right, coming up at 11:38 in the morning, so we're going to be finishing right before lunchtime.
I'm not sure. They may be rotating the boys up first again, or maybe they're putting them all in the pool at the same time. They're all over there, I can tell you that. I wish I'd have brought my suit, Carlos. I'd jump in after we're done here.
Cool off a little bit?
Oh, my goodness.
Let's check out the best time on the 400 freestyle. For Weslaco East, the record for the girls is 4:42.41, which was set back in 2012 by the Lady Wildcats, and 3:56.14, which was set in 2013 by the boys team. On the as far as Weslaco High School, the 400 freestyle relay in 1999, which was a long time ago, 19 years ago, it was set by Greenwood, Lemus, Wilson, and Hugenveen.
Oh, wow.
With a time of 4:18.37.
Was that back in the day when they were getting the German exchange students? I'm betting.
On the boys' side, this record was set last year. Wells, Trevino, Cerda, and Brock Bloomquist with a time of 3:32.30. Those are your record times for both schools, boys and girls.
And looks like we're still on a short break.
The girls' qualifying time to be here. On the girls' side, 4:17.03 for Weslaco High School. For the Lady Wildcats, 5:11.28.
That's almost a minute different.
It'll be interesting next week if how the Panthers do at that district competition. I know they got second place last year. See if they improved a little bit and can come up with a district championship on the boys' side. They'll be competing very well. A lot of talent on that other team.
Yeah, they do a nice job competing valley-wide in swimming. The Harlingens and some of the McAllens are really good. Brownsville's got some people, but Weslaco does a nice job of competing.
All right, so in lane 3, we got Weslaco High School. In lane 4, Weslaco East. First, Brittany Solis versus Alexandria Dominguez. Good start, early lead, Weslaco High School. And this is Brittany Solis. 400-yard freestyle relay, up and back for each competitor.
Brittany Solis stayed under the water so long that Dominguez had 4 strokes before she even surfaced.
Solis still half a body length lead against the Wildcat Dominguez. That's the first 50 yards.
About a 2-second lead for Weslaco.
Final lap here for Brittany Solis. 75 yards in the books. And she'll hand it off over to Charlie Cruz.
Alexandria Dominguez will touch off, and coming into the pool for Weslaco East, Isabella Ochoa.
Still in first place, Cruz for Weslaco High School.
7-second lead, Carlos, for Weslaco High.
Trying to best their time of 4:17.03 is Weslaco High School. We're in the second leg of competition in the 400 freestyle relay. Weslaco High School with the lead. This is Cruz. One more lap to go.
I think she stretched the lead here. She had a 7-second lead when she got in the water. I think she's going to have a bigger lead than that now. And you got Morgan Parker as your anchor, so that'll be a big one. Into the water coming for Weslaco, Emily Cortez at 2:24.62.
Cortez finishes her first 25, a very fast swimmer. Is Cortez, and a great leg here for the Lady Panthers.
Well, she lapped Weslaco East right there. She is now a lap ahead.
Racing against the clock here are the Lady Panthers, Emily Cortez. Morgan Parker will come up next. Final competition of this dual meet 2018 City of Weslaco. Weslaco High School versus Weslaco East. After this, we will have the boys 400 freestyle relay.
Brianna Virial for Weslaco East has really closed some of that gap, but she's just too far behind into the water for Weslaco High School, Morgan Parker.
Here's the anchor, Morgan Parker. Top swimmer on the girls' side for Weslaco High School, a regional qualifier from a year ago, a senior. Trying to wrap things up here for the Lady Panthers. In a dual meet competition, a friendly, I guess you can call it.
Sure, they were there cheering before the game together. That was really great to see.
The sister schools competing against each other. One last time here for Morgan Parker, the senior.
Once again, she's swimming at a time of 4:17.03. I don't think she's going to come near that.
Final 25 for Morgan Parker, who has spent a lot of time in this swimming pool as someone who brought up through the AAU ranks and 4 years in high school. She's finishing up her final competition at Weslaco ISD. Final time for Weslaco High School, 4:35.47.
Gabriela Nahara still in the water for Weslaco East.
Nahira finishing up strong for the Lady Wildcats, racing against the clock here. 5:11.28 was their best time. She's going to come close to that for Weslaco East. And
she's still got a lap, Carlos.
Oh, pardon me. That has something to do with the time. Here we go. It's 5:11 right now. Yeah,
yes.
So here we go. Final 25, final 50 yards for the Wildcats. Final event coming up, the boys competition. And let's check to see who will be favored in that one. It will be the Panthers will be favored in that one. They got a faster qualifying time.
Yeah, by almost a minute.
And here we go. Lady Wildcats finishing up. Nahira. And there you go. She's done. Her final time, 5:05.15 for Weslaco East. 400-yard freestyle relay.
So coming up for the boys, let's take a look at who's going to swim. You're going to start off, it looks like, with Darrell Wells. He should jump you out to a lead. Noah Valadez will swim second. Nathan Parker third. Then you anchor with Brock Bloomquist. Pretty good squad there. Weslaco East has John Miller, Robert Leal, Pascual Barrientos, and Jose Ochoa on their team.
All right, so here we go.
Looks like they switched up the order. That might be Brock Bloomquist out first.
And I just heard someone say, "Go Brock." So here we go, final competition, the 400-yard freestyle relay. We're starting off with Brock Bloomquist. He was listed as the anchor. He gets things started for the Panthers. First 50 in the books. Yeah, Darrell Wells, they probably switched. Darrell Wells is probably going to run the or swim the anchor.
Yeah, that's very possible.
And Bloomquist, one of those tall swimmers as well, tall, lanky.
Yeah, long. Very smooth in the water.
Yep.
Does a nice job on the top.
Got the physique for a swimmer, successful swimmer.
I believe that's Noah Valadez in the water.
Yes, because I see Nathan Parker over there waiting to run the third, or to swim the third leg.
Nice smooth swim coming up here. I believe that's Robert Leal for Weslaco East in the water. But it might be Barrientos. It's hard to tell. It looks like they're playing with the order a little bit.
Valadez. In the middle of his leg right here, second leg for the Panthers. At a time of 1:33 for the Weslaco Panthers at this point of the race. Trying to break the school record, which is held by Wells and Bloomquist, 3:32:30.
Boy, they're going to have to really go these last two legs to get in that ballpark because they're about to be 2 minutes here.
Here we go, Parker, freshman jumping into the pool. The third leg of this 400-yard competition. Freestyle. Working on the second 50, second 25, I should say, is Parker, Nathan Parker. And in the third leg now here is Weslaco East.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is in the water. Names listed, Robert Leal, Jose Ochoa. I'm not sure who that is in the water.
And Parker will turn here for the final 25, and he'll hand it off here to Darrell Wells. Time of 2:44 as the clock continues to roll here in the 400 freestyle relay.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So much speed.
Well, he covers so much ground under the water, you don't even realize he's in the lane, and he pops up, and it's like a ball of fury coming through the water.
There's Darrell Wells right there, a junior for Weslaco High School, state qualifier from a year ago, swimming the final leg in the 400.
Great flip turn by Darrell. And here's his final turn, Carlos.
3:32 in the final 25 coming. They're not going to break their record, as their record was 3:32:30, and he still had 25 more yards to go. They're going to finish this one in first place with a time of 3:46:41. Excellent job there by the Panthers. And here we go. Wildcats finishing up. One more turn. Another 50 yards to go for Weslaco East. Jose Ochoa finishing out. And Jose Ochoa had a good meet. We saw him break a personal best in the boys' 200-yard IM. And finishing up here in the final competition, the 200-yard, 400-yard freestyle.
And that's it.
There we go. Final time of 4:34:58. So congratulations to all the athletes. Coach, thank you for being here. What a great competition here at WISD. Once again, 2018 City of Weslaco dual meet, Weslaco East versus Weslaco High. Final thoughts.
Congratulations to everybody here, everybody that helped put this meet on. Good luck next week. And Carlos, it was an honor to be here with K-West today.
All right, congratulations to both schools. Congratulations to all the competitors. And we will see you next time on WISD K-West Facebook page. Good afternoon, everybody. Have a nice Saturday.